And we need a better
The better what?
way. Like with the actual rate picture, like that one, I think was all.
The one that's next to you?
Yeah.
Where's this? Oh, Cook's at Thomas?
Yeah, he's on it.
I gotta run it.
You know,
I forgot. Is he calling in?
He didn't know if he was going. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
But he's here between Sundance and Newcastle.
Right, no service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Okay, everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, call the meeting in order at 6:12. Attendance, Kevin,
Present.
Spencer,
Yes.
Britt,
Here.
Sam,
Here.
Chris,
Here.
Jamie's here, and Cody is absent. I'll move to the approval of the current agenda. Anybody have a motion or a change there? Spencer motions, we have a second.
A second.
Brittany seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Move to the approval of previous meeting minutes. I honestly didn't look at that. I didn't even remember. Did anybody get a chance to look at it?
Pull them up real quick. Did you email them or SharePoint?
SharePoint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure this out one day.
Make it big. Make it big right now. It might be easier.
This is why I'm not the secretary. Documents.
Documents.
I also don't know where my mouse is. Oh, there we go.
It's easier to look at your screen.
It's a different screen.
Oh, your screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Board of directors. No, administrative positions. Just kidding. Scroll down.
No, it'd be.
Oh, yeah.
Board.
Well, yeah. Board of directors, and then it's sorry.
Board and then secretary. Back to
Oh
documents.
my goodness. Can you guys some other time just not let me do this?
Officers. There you go.
That'd be fantastic.
Secretary.
You said that hooked up to the TV.
I was testing something. I'm sorry.
26.
Hey.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, so quick scan and every.
Well, and if you want me to do it that way, I can do it that way
That would
too.
remind me.
Versus
I prefer
just
the email.
SharePoint. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
It would be wrong.
Yep.
Even if you don't,
Yeah.
like, just like,
To
Refresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
that way we don't have to, so, okay.
Yep.
Full motion to approve the previous minutes.
Okay, Kevin motions, do we have a second?
I second.
Brittany seconds. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, doesn't look like we have anybody from public address for the scholarship presentation. Sam, go ahead with that.
Our ladies are both out of country right now, but we voted via email to approve both Lauren Melland and Easton Wold for a $2,500 scholarship.
Okay, well, congratulations to those two. Move on to the treasurer's report. May review that's sent out. Okay.
So shot it out last night. Has anyone had a chance to look it over and outside of Jamie and his questions?
I have one question.
Yeah, I'm with Jamie on the question, but,
I did raise that one. So it was
did she get back to you?
Yeah, pending invoice from February.
Okay. Oh,
looks like
yeah, I
it got
read that,
paid
sorry.
Earlier in, a few weeks ago, but it was just one that was him that previously approved, just one second.
Did you confirm there was those practice talks with the logo on them?
I haven't confirmed what policy I yet, because there was one that was possible.
Yeah.
Still tracking exactly what bucket it goes into.
Sure.
Yeah, because I can't imagine, well, later in the year, we were running out of practice bucks. So we said about more bucks with the logo on it. So it says Winter Classic, but we had plenty of clearly they've seen the Winter Classic silver bucks.
Right.
My thought is, and it's Spencer's and Kevin, it was the practice bucks you put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, she got
$100 or something.
She got 300 of the logoed pucks and I think 200 non-logoed pucks.
Yeah,
And
they were using them all for practice bucks.
They all became practice pucks.
I will say the logo pucks came in handy when Mario mixed all our pucks with his pucks and they had separated them up.
Oh, yeah.
So it did come in handy being with.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I reviewed it. That was Brittany had the same question. Anybody else have any questions on the May treasurer's report for Spencer? Did you get with Denise on? Okay, we have a motion to approve the May treasurer's report.
I'll motion.
Sam motions, we have a second.
I'll second.
Here's seconds, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, Spencer, credit card update.
So credit cards came in. Nikki picked them up. I need to pick mine up from her. Last week she had access to got a debit card. So she was able to start booking some payments. Last week I think sounds like she's out in front of it.
Okay, so it didn't hinder any of the hit-ins yet?
I've been in constant communication
Yeah.
with Nikki. If she has an issue with getting into one that we have already selected because of the timing of this,
Yeah.
her and I will work on finding the next best one.
Yep.
Okay.
Might change weekends,
I changed the budget.
might change the budget a little bit, probably not sway too much, but she knows to let me know if one gets blocked. So far, I'm not hearing anything, so that's good news.
Sweet.
And then I've sent her a couple other options too, so if she needs to pull the trigger on one that is comparable that she feels I would be okay with that too. She's been in the club long enough and been doing this long enough that I think she has an eye roll, in my opinion, to make a decision so we don't lose the second option.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are in, we can go there. Okay, we have for high school hockey, Brad Frost with us.
Is there, do we ask questions as treasurers going on?
Yeah.
Right? Like your committee updates, where we at?
Well, that'll be further down.
Oh, that's, okay.
Yep.
The only question I want for the treasurer is, well, do we want to talk about how there's invoices?
Oh, yeah, I would say that's more treasurer.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
Okay. So, we set that up for review yesterday. The pending invoices, I believe I've confirmed the majority of them. They're pre-approved. There's one that I think's hanging out there, is the invoice for Christmas.
I think that's on here.
Is that
Yeah, it's in the agenda.
Somewhere to go.
No,
It was supposed to be.
yeah, I guess I was probably thinking it was under.
We'll have to probably add that in number 9 since we've already approved the agenda.
Okay.
Already open for
Yeah, the treasurer's report.
it. It was, yes, that was one that I thought I missed it myself and I read it, so we'll add that to the last thing. So, okay, sorry Pat, now you're
No, that's fine. Thank you for having me in. The MOU, which way?
You can start, Kevin.
Probably make them.
Yeah, you don't have to say this.
First of all,
Less formal than the school board.
the MOU here, there was a couple points that our board wanted to put in there. That's what's highlighted from my end on it. The board wanted a number of when it may never happen, but if it does happen where we get too many kids rostered, where does that point when you can add a junior gold or a 19U team to that? And talking with other teams, some say 44 because that's the max roster. Others say 37 because what you want is you want your JV number one line to be able to play on the varsity since they can play 5 quarters anyway per night. So you take that first line and allow them to play on the varsity, but that does take up extra roster spots. But that's where that 37 number comes from. So that's the devil in the details with that. Why 37?
This one says 44.
Yeah, I updated it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, even today. So
Okay.
So yeah, we want to change that to 37,
37.
and that's what I have on this sheet
Okay.
here. So
Okay.
okay. Then the second bullet point there is a high school activities rule. You have to have a single roster. You can't play as an unattached person if you're on our high school roster. So that was just a point we wanted to make sure people understand that, not only on the board
For
here.
clarity, what that's saying is you can play with high school, you can't also play for the club.
Correct.
Okay.
You can only play one roster, one team.
This one's
Yep.
for clarity.
Yep.
So,
So those are my 2 points from our end.
okay.
That's just during the high school season. I don't know.
During the window of their eligibility.
So I guess I'd have to look into a team and meet. Would that be something?
The high school,
You know, it's not through us, but
the high school level is actually called something. I think Team ND is 16U and then there's 18 that's a different variation of that same thing, but that's in the off season. You can do whatever they want in the off season.
Right. Correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
that's,
Do you have any other updates on your side of the fence just to keep us informed from where you're at?
On the MOU thing?
Nope, just-
Oh, I've got 4 other points.
okay.
So,
All right.
okay, if that,
Yeah.
you were going to say something you wanted to have on there?
Well, we'll vote on it after you leave, but just so you're aware, this is so I had a few points here. So I've done some research around surrounding school clubs, if you will, not necessarily schools and clubs, both close and afar. Most are 9th grade. Again, this is my proposal to the board. This is not everybody's viewpoint, so it's up for proposal. 9th graders being eligible to try out. If they don't make the top 6 forward, top 4 defense, or starting goaltender, they would come back to the club because technically the high school age is 10 through 12 at the hockey, right? This isn't baseball, it's not basketball, it's not golf. So if they don't make that, school, they either have a policy or they have an understanding like this MOU, or they will go back to the club. If they make that top 6, they stay. The reason for that is they're going to get more practice time, more games in, and more development playing, Bantamay hockey versus playing 3rd, 4th line minutes on a varsity team. And our goal to help you guys out is to create the best hockey players. So the more we can develop them longer, the better you are at getting a quality team. Your 3rd and 4th line are not going to see 8 to 1 minutes. So I'm just letting him know.
Yeah.
We'll vote on it.
I don't think we talked about this.
Yeah, we will. I want him to get these points. He doesn't need to stay for our review. So that was one of them, and then the other thing that I added was just for clarity on the equipment that we own, that we are basically acknowledging you have every right to use it. However, there's an understanding between us that if new or replaced equipment, we will collaborate on adding.
Go up to point 2, I think. Keep going up, right? Okay, equipment owned by the hockey club, they be used.
Yep.
Major replacement, it's up to the hockey club, dependent on ownership. Okay.
Right. So I saw that, which is why.
Yeah, so do I need to-
I'm in
okay.
there because.
Yeah.
You guys are likely going to want stuff that will benefit us both, but we own a ton of stuff. You're
Yeah.
likely gonna have to buy minimal to nothing
Right.
to start. But that doesn't mean that
Somewhere down in the future.
in the
Okay.
future that you guys, if something breaks, we can help replace it. If we want new things, you guys can probably start purchasing stuff, and we just basically collectively share.
See, now is, and here, part of the discussion is, if you own it, yes, we would do it, but according to what I'm hearing, doesn't the Rough Rider Center going to buy it from you in some of those cases, the goals,
Anything
the
that they're
nets?
going to buy,
Okay,
once they're replaceable, is the nets. That is it.
that is it,
They
okay.
will own
So-
no equipment of training aid stuff.
I see.
So they're only going to be liable for nets. Once we just bought 4 or 8 brand new ones.
Yeah.
About four full size and 4
Brand new.
juniors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when those go bad, which is going to be 4 or 5 years from
Yeah.
now, then they'll start taking ownership.
I see.
Otherwise, all
My
the-
understanding was this was, as far as equipment like that they own, it was turnkey for us. All we had to do was just pay our user fee for that
You know,
equipment.
it'd be just like having basketball.
Right, okay, yeah,
That is their hoop. The Onyx training aids is your
Okay.
basketball.
yeah,
So hockey's not cheap, and you know we own all of that under that cage.
Okay.
And so you guys are, because you guys haul your stuff back and forth, that you know your
Right.
basketballs, footballs, whatever. We keep it here in the cage. We don't want you hauling this back and forth. That's nonsense. So
Right.
what we're saying is we acknowledge that you can use it,
okay.
but at no expense to the school. However, we'll just collaborate on any replacement and new equipment moving forward, so you guys can start help funding some of the equipment and the programs just fall.
Just, I guess, yeah, just from our understanding, that wasn't how it was presented to us from the Rough Rider Center. So, okay,
that.
okay, good to know.
So you got your other.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's going.
Yep. So I don't want you to sit here for. But that's what I am proposing. So
Yeah.
just so
Does it
you're
refer
aware.
to like gear, right?
Okay.
Equipment, no equipment.
Do, while we're on that really quick, do we want to specify that a little bit more? Because like when I first read it too, I was questioning, does that include gear? Like, do we need to make that a little bit less?
Or because it's like booster, we know they're going to have their own body equipment already.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean.
just
see,
if we need to clarify it.
I just,
Okay,
Just because she.
that's an argument we're going through right now too, as far as gear.
yeah,
What is the school going to purchase? What are the requirements? And I'll be honest with you, right now, because it's a high school program and because they potentially or hopefully have come up through the system, they should have their own gear. Now, what I don't want to happen is I don't want a freshman to think, oh, I can go out for hockey now and I don't have to pay a dime for it and have no training and come in and get smoked. You know, that's what I'm worried about. And that's where that tryout thing comes into play also. I'm a little worried about if we buy all the gear and they don't have any investment in it, that becomes a problem. And so that's the argument right now. I do have a budget, you know, for helmets, face masks, and gloves, you know, and breezers, but I personally am not going to recommend that to the board. I want them to be vested before they come into the program.
So him and I talked a few different times,
Yeah.
both on this ongoing, and then him and I met at his office. One of the discussions was implored to him to create a uniform policy or a gear policy.
yeah.
Obviously, you're going to need to have a small handful for those from an affordability standpoint, but hockey's such a unique sport. It's not like a generic helmet or generic shoulder pads or, you know, whatever. I mean, their kids still have to buy basketball shoes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to likely, depending on what their board says, going to have to create some sort of a gear policy. And then they would provide, obviously, jersey. You know, they could go helmets, gloves, jerseys, breezer cover socks, or they can limit it their first year to just jerseys and whatever. So we had those discussions. That is on them. I don't
Yes.
think we need to put in. These kids are not club members,
Yep.
so our rental gear is our rental gear.
Yes,
Right.
that's why I was just saying though, where it says equipment owned, do we want that to be a little bit more specific on like training equipment? So that isn't
So we could just change
misinterpreted.
the word to Kevin if you want.
Training
to.
aids.
Okay.
On ice training, on ice.
Yes, just something along those lines, so that's
On
not,
ice training equipment.
Or just any training.
Or any,
yeah.
I wouldn't specify.
so whatever. Training
Right.
equipment, there
Yeah.
you go. There.
The only thing too with your list, the only other big requirement, which again most kids would have, would be like a neck guard. Would that be something?
So
Just
their federation, they don't even have to do USA Hockey Players.
okay.
So I don't know what their.
If that is a requirement, okay.
I don't know if it is.
It isn't.
It's not,
It's
okay.
not a requirement for us.
Interesting, okay.
So
That's
they
good
don't
to know.
set rules.
Yep, no, that's, I thought it was all
So
around
they're
now.
completely federation
Yep,
versus
yep.
USA Hockey.
Okay,
So the reason why we need a high school hockey policy, not to go, I don't know, rabbit hole,
Yeah.
it's got a budget is, if they try out ninth grade, but register with the club at the same time, they will have to pay that USA Hockey fee
yes,
and registration fee, and then like we have to figure that part of it out.
Sure.
If they make the team, like we can't reimburse them for their USA Hockey, that's a risk they have to take.
yeah,
If they don't make the team, they obviously have to pay us for registration. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
things that go into this that are.
I say we'll have to
deeper than-
specify.
Yeah.
Ours.
than just allowing any willy-nilly to try out for this.
yeah,
And
okay,
him and I also discussed they're obviously playing to win, so even if a senior, like we had a junior goal trout, the likelihood they're going to touch the ice at actual high school versus junior goal is about none.
yeah,
So to his point, even though it's $60 or whatever their fee comes out to be,
yeah,
currently it's $60. Like that doesn't mean that a kid just thinks, oh, it's high school hockey, now you trout, and like you're not going to play.
no,
I mean, we are anticipating 24 kids at the high school level, just sophomores through seniors on my forecast, so they're going to have scratches anyhow without any new people coming in or ninth grade to the track.
Yeah, safety-wise, all the considerations have got to be in place before they would make that team.
yeah,
You know, one of our big worries right off the top is the size versus what we're playing against. So we are very conscious of
Yeah.
that, and we've got to.
It's not good for it's a unique sport.
yes.
Yep.
So I'm playing on your feet. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, Brad,
Okay.
go ahead.
Second update is on coaches. Mitch Lundy, the new AD, will be coming on board in July. He is working on compiling that list right now. Talking with him and Dr. Holland, they want to get this hammered out by the end of July to get things rolling. We do have one for sure, possibly two teachers that were former hockey players that are interested, but we still, I guess I'm not privy to the list of who's all applied. I am just encouraging, please apply if you're anywhere interested, and then we'll go through that process here in July.
And do you think you have more than this one or two?
Oh, yeah.
Boys and girls?
I do. And that, I think we have a pretty good number right now.
Yeah, perfect.
That's what I'm hearing.
Good.
With that being said, I have reached out to Dave Hansen, talked to him about the program a lot. He is interested in volunteering and being a mentor to whichever coaches we have. I know one of our teachers that has played hockey is very interested in being one of the coaches. Would like a mentorship type thing, of somebody more experienced and in there, but that's kind of what we're looking at. I don't know if Dave is interested or even wanting to be a head coach and then have somebody work under him. I don't know those things right now. So, but that name keeps popping up as far as getting, and I know him personally. So, yeah. Third item on the list is the school budget and quotes. I do have 3 quotes for uniforms. Right now, Lunch Bucket is the lowest on that, coming in at $24,000. BSN is trying to renegotiate their quote at $27,000, and then Miss Kyle Kozer came in a little higher than that. So,
You must have not had to go with Nike then?
What's
You
that?
figured out you didn't have to stick with your Nike deal in this?
Right, I don't have to. Yes, I don't have to. Yeah, I talked with him just today, and
Well, that's good.
we go with Nike. Our contract says we have to go more than half. We already do that with our uniform, so we're fine with going with anybody on this. So yeah, that makes it really good. There's some very good mock-ups that if you want to take a look at them, I'll send them around. You guys can look at them. They're, with their stuff. So if you lean one direction or another, please, I'm open to ears. Mitch and I are meeting on this on the 15th and 16th. We have a school board meeting on the 15th that evening. We're probably going to pull the trigger, next week, Monday.
Is there any way we can take this and review it?
I don't have copies. If you want to make copies, you can. It's fine.
Can you email it to me?
I don't have them all by email.
Well,
I just want to don't sit and waste time.
I'll keep going though. Okay. The other thing is the logo on the ice. Lisa provided me with some. Jamie provided me with some. This one, no, that's not the right one.
I like the one that.
This is the one that Lisa provided me this morning. These other ones, we like them, but on some of them, there's some editing things that have to happen.
Yes.
they weren't perfect.
Yeah, they're good. One of the things, the wolf has like a mane here. We'd like to get that edited if possible. The W needs to get fixed if we're going to go with any of these. I guess I would like your opinion of what you like, and then take it to the board and see what they like. I do have to say though, Dr. Holen wanted me to ask about the logo. Okay. His thought is, because that's the ultimate, the high that we're trying to shoot for, should it be the Wolf logo only on there? And yes, the Oilers are aspiring to be the Wolves, but I understand your side too. And it is what it is. I'm informational only.
Yes.
So
At that point, would we just take the other side?
Well, we have the other side.
We have the other side. That's
Right,
all.
but we could do like
Yes, that's right.
Oilers logo.
Yeah, because they'll only do Wolves games over here.
right. Unless we won't have any we'll practice it.
I can kind
Have
of see.
you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this discussion time or not discussion? No, okay.
Okay. Next, the co-op update. From my end, I checked with Alexander on the co-op. They have established co-op in Boys, which has been established about 4 or 5 years ago. So they have, from my understanding, they have 2 families that have gone up there. I'm not sure if they're still going up there or not. So that, with that established co-op, I'm not sure if we can make another co-op. I've heard rumors through the high school activities that you can have a dual co-op. What the rules are on that, I haven't checked on, but I have to find that out here soon. The other one is, I did get a call from Terrell Jacobson, the AD, about the girls. They are possibly interested in co-oping with us with the girls. That is something we got to discuss. What were our benefits for that? And again, both school boards have to approve that co-op before it can happen. So, yes, if we want to pursue it, and I guess I would like to present to our board how many families would we benefit from that. How many are in the club? What does that look like as far as number? 3 families right now, possibly
For a total of 6 kids.
6 kids. Okay. So how many boys? How many girls? How many boys?
3 girls, 3 boys.
3 girls, 3 boys. Okay. Okay, I will do my work on that. So, I will find out where
In talking to Williston, there's currently 2 from Alexander that have gone through their club the whole time. So we've had 6 the whole time. They've had, I don't know how many kids, kids, it's not like 2 kids, but 2 families.
Families.
Said that have gone to their club all the time. So, I mean, if you get,
There's a natural split there anyway.
there's a natural split anyway, but if you can get either a dual co-op or they're willing to drop the Ulysses co-op, then you get all of them.
Okay?
So it's 10 kids, 10 kids, it sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, but it's a lot.
It is.
Okay.
When our numbers are small,
Yeah.
Yes.
impact.
It won't impact Williston, but loser at, it will impact us to lose.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any option to co-op with Sydney, at least at the high school level?
We have approached them to bring it to their club and their board. I don't know where that's at. Chris Lee, I talked with him. He was going to approach them and start that ball rolling. As far as where that's at, I'm not sure.
And I told them too that, and I told Stocker today in talking about this, which is the transfer thing, club level, that internally we've had very brief discussion about even going to Sydney from a key band level to try to start pursuing to grow into the high school co-op level. And league sports may do by itself, because,
Right.
you know, that's fine, but
Sure.
that would strengthen Wofford's program tremendously.
Absolutely.
Among teams, quality of upper teams and lower
So-
teams.
So, you know, we kind of needing to know those things earlier than later, knowing like, hey, will they go off, or whether it's Alexander or Sydney, is there a way to put pressure? Or like,
Yeah, actually, there is a timeline that we have to get it done by, for this next year. And that, for the winter season, which would be what we're talking about, it has to be done, I believe, by the end of August. So, yes, we are kind of under the crunch to try to get moving on that. So, yeah, I will be working on that. And with my board presentation on Monday, I will be presenting it to our board too, that we want to try to start pursuing that.
I mean, that affects the forecast and what stuff.
Yep.
If it doesn't go to August, it's another.
It only, I'll get into that, it only affects theirs. And EHA is a completely separate thing.
No, but all those kids that you're talking about.
From a high school level are gone, not a club.
That can keep making
And people
It would.
moving towns and switching.
I'll get into that. There's a process. It's not planned, it's just, these are facts, information.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
And just a final note on budgeting after we're doing our spreadsheets and our gear and all that. All in, the high school is putting in about $150,000 to get this rolling. So just an FYI, I've got the numbers here. This number here, 138,268, does not include the uniforms. You throw the uniforms in on top of that, that's another 20.
that
150.
initial investment, right?
Correct,
So
initial
you guys-
investment.
You guys have an outlook, I don't even know what it is, but I'm just curious, you have an outlook beyond year one after your initial investment,
Yes.
what your average theoretical
Yes.
should be.
Correct.
So
We-
does it go down fairly significantly?
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
especially we go a 5-year rotation on uniforms, so that comes off the top right away and, gets averaged out. The ice time, that 38.5, that is what we, that's the number they're looking at. Our travel's 16,000, so, and then you talk your officials and coaches' wages, that's another 70,000, so all in total,
Coaches
that's,
review. But we
Yeah.
said the number, because we budgeted for them, and we proposed way less.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it was like double, we're like, holy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are in the details
Yeah.
of this because, we have to pay not only the wages, but then the TFFR, the retirement, there's, all the other little details that go along with it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then lastly, I guess summer camps, I've been approached by a couple different people, both outside. Bismarck has called me, some coaches from Minot, they're running these separate camps. Can you invite your kids? I know they're coming in. I have been approached by Angie Pelton. Can we take kids to these things? And yes, you can. But the way the high school does it is, number one, you can fundraise for it. You can get some of it paid for through the Wolf Booster Club. But for the most part, it's on you. like we had our football team take off for Minot today. They got a little bit of money from the booster club, but most of it, more than 50% was on their own. So when she says, this camp costs $2,000, I say, yeah, you got a fun
tournament that, top to 10. So, yes, I explained to her this is a transition year, but next year, I'm assuming the coach will have part of that discussion, and that'll be figured out. That is not a club issue. That will be a coach/parent team issue to figure out fundraising if they want to do, because the coaches have a very strict window on in season, and there's that's why Tim is hosting this tournament in Bismarck, because there's a month and a half window.
Yep, June and July.
Yeah, the off season that the coaches can do. Then outside of that, different coaches have to take over.
Sounds like down the road.
Yeah.
But,
Andy's
they were nice enough to invite us, and with us not having coaches hired or anything, the way we would normally do it with basketball or any other program like that, we would send a parent or somebody involved with that team just to chaperone or whatever. So they would get that experience if they wanted to.
Angie is heading that up, trying to figure out how they can make it work.
Yeah, which is great. I love that. Yeah.
And then Tim said if we can't get a full team, he could do a hodgepodge team and do single. So we got that covered.
Okay.
Yeah, I did talk to them.
That's my report.
Not to delay things, one budget question. Have you guys thought about adding Huddle and ice hockey systems?
Yes, we already paid for Huddle. The only thing it would cost us would be the camera. So we have to get a camera mounted in here. I don't know. Is that a Huddle camera?
It's Pixelot.
That's NFHS. Pixelot is different than Pixelot is NFHS. Huddle is separate. And
you can use Pixelot.
So we downloaded the videos and uploaded
Really?
to Huddle this year?
We can't on our side.
I don't know. I don't know they'll talk directly, but we downloaded them and uploaded them.
Oh, that's what you can do that.
Yeah. So
Okay, my Pixelot or my Huddle cameras went up. I paid $25,000 a year for all our Huddle programs, and the reason we pay that much is because it'll do all the stats, all the articles, things like that. With that. So
stats.
So that is a part of our package already. We already paid for it. We just got to get the Huddle camera to do that, which will cost a couple thousand. It's not a major issue.
Well, so we own we pay for those cameras.
Okay.
And then you get a free Pixelot subscription. So our users don't have to pay for Pixelot to watch it, and it's also spread through our YouTube channel. So we have access to pull that footage right in the Huddle. We just download it.
Really?
And you can drop it in, and then they'll do their standard analytical thing. So,
I'm wondering if those contracts will allow that to happen, because our contract will be separate from your contract.
And the other thing I would
we're in a year, but
the Huddle cameras probably interface better with everything. We had some issues with picking up numbers and getting our stats.
that might be. But if I could save them a little money, and maybe they redirect that money to help offset, so they don't have to buy the cameras, offset the Pixelot.
See our Pixelot in the arena, and in our we have NFHS in our high school and the arena. Those don't cost us a dime, but what we do we have to have memberships to pay for them. So that's why we get those cameras for free. With our Huddle, because we're already paying the subscription like we are, we give it out for free on Huddle TV is what it's called. So sponsorships pay for that part of it, so it's free.
It's our work in progress for those, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to do a little research on that to see what we can come up with, because if we can put together either,
Well, put a good system in place, not have to separate them.
Yeah.
But I think that's
we're for our subscription for Huddle is $25,000. For that much money, we better be getting the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, man, yeah, we can have external discussion about that after a little bit more research too.
Sure. You know, and all the subscriptions and the advertisements with Huddle TV is 100% profit into our system. So, you know, that would be a way to offset stuff if we could have some sponsorships pay for some of that.
Yeah.
That's one of our
that's awesome.
acted for that, paying for that, because that's $7,500 a year for the cameras.
Okay. Awesome.
But we'll continue on with that at a later time. Yeah. All right, Brad.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Please give me a call if you need anything. I am 8 days from retiring, not 8 days, 8 work days. I retire on June 30th, but I got some days off. But please let me know if there's anything you guys need. I want to get this kind of lined out before I retire. So
Yeah.
my last big project. So let's get it done.
Yeah, so there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so to stay on the co-op thing before we move to the discussion on the MOU. Okay, so what I talked to Brad on Sunday, I asked about Alexander, and that's what kind of sparked my conversation on the club level side of things, because without, you know, there's obviously one kid who was in that not tryout situation, age-wise, and once he told me that the boys are in Williston, I'm like, well, how are we going to manage the club level side of things if he doesn't make the team? So I called Matt Stocker, called Greg Bender, who was Wilson's scheduler and also district director at 3DHA. Basically, what I got is our boundary is still Walker City School District. Okay, so that means if you go to Larnagard, Grassy Butte, Alexander, if they don't have a program, you can choose where you go at the club level, whatever's basically closest to you. So Killdeer could be Dickinson or Watford. We can't mandate where they go. However, if they start with you, they basically are locked into you. You can't go Watford 1 year, Wilson next year, things like that. So since we have 6 kids, 3 families, 2 kids are in the 8U, we have a few girls in there, or 2 girls in the 12U area, and then we have an older boy that is in the transition. In order for them to leave, there is a waiver form that has to be signed off by us to release them. The club they're moving to accept them. Then it has to go to the district directors, which Greg is one who would recuse himself in this scenario because he's not want to look out for his club. He wants to look out for programs. He knows we need the members as well. So Brian Bauman, mine that would be, and then Matt Stocker would vote on it, and then it would go also to the registrar, MHA registrar, which Keith Holland, to sign off on. Where I'm going with this is because it's very convoluted, no different from those 2 families that are currently in Wilson, we can't force them to come here, is how heavy this has to also be applied for, and it's year to year. It's not just forever. I think the deadline is July 15th. It's on the NHA website, so I'm going to make a bunch of copies. You guys can look at it thoroughly. This is the consents and comments from the club level, and then the district and state level. So, no, these families cannot just pick up and go to Williston. Also, just because we release them and accept them does not mean that the NHL will accept it, because they're here to look out for everybody's best interests. And if these kids are just moving to move, and without going to the school district on a full move, doesn't mean that they'll go through. So the convoluted part is, if a kid tries out at Wilson, doesn't make it, he would have to come back for us. But then the following year, when he's obviously aged out in Adams, he would be in Wilson, the younger siblings would be in Watford.
Yep.
Unless we
Okay, so do we need to tell the kids that are on that level? Do they have to, as they accept the program?
Well, it probably, I would have Sam maybe send an email out to the families from Alexander. I can't imagine Larnagard's being an issue or any other place. It's just that we're 6 miles closer than Wilson actually, because Usually what they'll do is they'll side with whatever place is closest. But again, I'm not saying don't let them know. I'm not saying they have to be jerks about it, but here's the deal. We need the kids at the club. And if we don't sign off on it, you're not going to Williston just to go to Williston. So it's just something to think about. I don't think it would hurt to give them, like, I can show you what this is. It's just MBHA.org and then write down the admin drop down and under forms. And it's PDF right on there. It pretty much lines out right on it. The only thing I didn't see on the actual form itself was the deadline. I thought it was July 1, Matt told me July 15th, and Greg told me the 30th of July. So it's sometime in July. Okay? That's the only thing I didn't confirm. But if their intent is to attempt to, I can only see one of them doing that this particular season. Their intent is to go there, they would have to fill this out for all three.
Each three need to be individual.
Yep, it's an individual, so it's requester's name, their address.
And the first step is us.
First step is us. So
We can
deny it.
And their options are
Quit hockey,
or
quit hockey or football. Right, to this one. So that is the information there, just so everybody is aware, but I do think it doesn't hurt to let them know, like, hey, so you know, like, you can attempt this, it's within your rights to do so.
Yeah.
You know, it's reasonable. Matt was like, it is reasonable to say, like, hey, my kids can go play high school hockey there because they have to, and I got other kids going to you, like, maybe the state would be okay with it, but we would still, you know, they could probably appeal it. I don't know how it would go further if we denied it, but these are the steps. So,
Okay.
that's that.
So that's website.
On the
Okay.
Yep, right on there.
Yep.
There's like administration drop down, and then I think it's MBHA forms. And there's a bunch of different forms. It's a PDF.
Okay.
Anybody can go on.
Okay.
I know
Making that
the particular
noted.
person that we're talking about is already called, both Greg
Okay,
and the state. So they'll probably have a little different viewpoint based on what he said because he's like, well, because they co-op, you can just go there. And I don't think he was
Understanding the
understanding
flow.
there are two different things.
Entities,
You have to remember at this point, yes, we want to work together, but if they have totally separate rules, then we do.
Yep.
Philip, let them choose.
Yeah, if they apply, they apply. Correct. So, the reason why I asked was managing it, right,
Yes.
from the club to club level, and, you know, so Greg's aware, he's like, you know, I know who he's in our club, and he's like, there's 40 kids going up to Wilson High School in Whitewood.
Well, actually, one question. So there's already boys things, so there's nothing with the girls in there before
If
Because they don't even know
if
what they're
they
supposed
want
to
to,
do.
right. If
But that's
one
just
goes-
for high school.
This is for club level.
Yes.
So if they want all of their kids to go and play for the Wilson Club, that's what they do. They don't have to fill that out to go play high school hockey. That's already.
It's a good plan.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, if they want their girl to go play for Williston and younger boy, they would have to fill.
Yeah, I was just, I heard there was the boys where they get co-op thing going on
At the high school level.
from him.
Yes.
But there's nothing with the girls there. So until they get that figured out, is this even?
Yes, because this is still
That's club level.
his was high school level. So if they got it figured out with Williston, they could do this. If they got it figured out high school level,
But even, so the Trump factor is even they've been here. They're committed here now. That's
yes.
Yes.
no matter what.
I don't care what the high school situation is. If the hard part is if one kid makes the high school team in Williston and doesn't come back to the band level here, they have two more kids that have to stay here or apply for both of them to go there, so they're not going to two different towns. So that's the girls' side really doesn't matter. They have a girls' high school team in Williston, right, and that they could go play for at that level, but we're trying to get that. So, and it would be each kid would have to apply. So the convoluted part is obviously the high school split part.
Mhm.
That makes it challenging, but
Are we planning on putting that on our website?
um,
We want to make that on the website.
I don't think we put it on the website. I think we just let them know of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have 3 families. I think last time I talked to Matt, the waiver process has only been for like 1 freaking family. And as long as he's been interested, so it's a little convoluted with the whole co-op situation, but if they can double school co-op, like you were saying, where they can choose
Yeah.
at the boys level, and then same thing with the girls level, then if they're in our club, start club, they're playing high school here. They're not playing in terms of like that. So high school has to do their end, and then we just have to, it might be a battle with one, but if we're looking out for our club, we're gonna want to keep the kids.
Yes, absolutely.
So. Okay, so, geez, we're already in. Okay, okay, let's go on to this MOU. So everybody had a chance to read what I proposed. Hopefully,
Yes.
for a minute. So, obviously, I think the big ticket is the eligibility. My viewpoint, I'm sure I've said my piece plenty of times, is this is pretty cookie cutter to what literally everybody else club says, and I would hope that based on what Brad was just saying in here as well, from safety, size of competitiveness, they don't even want these kids to be trying out that young anyhow. This is not out of the norm.
But we shouldn't, in my opinion, it should not be us making the rule. Let the evaluators, let the coach make that decision. If that kid is a safety risk, they don't make the team. I don't think we should ever put boundaries on it. That's not our job to do that. Our job the evaluator should make it. If a kid is a big enough, example, Kylie Smith. She's bigger, just as big as some high school. She'd probably be one of the girls if she was high school girls at 7th grade.
So, talking to Greg Bender,
And
after
after
this,
doing that.
correct, and she should be. She absolutely should be. They get much more limited ice time. They get much
It
more
wouldn't
limited
benefit
games. It's
them.
not benefiting.
Even as your best freshman girl, you don't want, she's gonna touch the ice for point how many seconds, maybe 1 or 2
Well, you
shifts.
don't know that. They might be one of your top 100 players.
In comparison to gigantic senior girls from high school hockey,
But that's
Chris.
not that shouldn't be our job.
Correct, I
It
guess.
should be the head coach of the high school.
Right.
Girl or
We can't
boys.
just have free reign rule out and never have we'll never have a forecast.
Yeah.
Anybody willing to try for high school hockey, just pay $60 to go try out, and we're not gonna have a
There's
freaking
those big clubs that you sent over that don't have those rules in place. They just they play by year, and then probably the head coach makes that decision.
I guarantee you they have an understanding, it might not be a policy, that they don't allow anybody.
And I don't think any kid should just go. There should be a lot of evaluation to it.
That's
Because
why
a limit player should not be.
We're not limiting anybody. I just talked to Greg today, he said that the worst thing you can do is let a 7th and 8th grade go try out, be a third, fourth liner, or a bench player, and then, especially on the girls' side, because he said it literally has killed their girls' programs. Because they'll take 7th graders to play high school hockey, and now your 12U, 14U, and 10U get demolished. That 7th grader that was really good in 7th grade ends up sucking as his burden, being not as good as she could have been as a senior because she sat for 3 years not getting any ice time.
The only thing that I would add to it is just if a coach requests it, the club.
Right, verbiage.
If this kid is God's gift to hockey,
Yeah.
and strong.
Okay, but
Strong
he didn't even
down
go to high
as
school.
eighth grader.
Yeah.
Well, it's 9th grade. He did not go high school hockey until 9th grade.
He could have played.
He could have, but they have a very strict policy in Bismarck that you
All I'm
can
saying
double A band hockey as 8th grader, second line as
It's
freshman.
leave yourself out. If there's a kid that's phenomenal in 8th grade, he's probably not going to be here.
But yeah, maybe an out of if the high school hockey coach requests that this
Just, yeah,
kid
verbiage.
be able to try out. I don't know. I
Let
mean,
the coach see it, like the head coach of high school. I think this player should probably.
That's fine. We can add a
Yeah.
statement at the end that says if a coach very specifically wants a player younger than 9th grade,
yeah.
they will come to us and pick it. But what I don't want is to just have it be free reign of them doing whatever they want, plucking kids at the worst possible time. If the MCHC doesn't allow more than a 2-year book, why go to high school? It is a completely different sport. Nobody's gonna limit anybody. Like, we're so sad. I'm like, oh God, we're gonna limit a 6th grader. Kid's gonna get murdered. We're just gonna like, oh, I hope you make it or I hope you don't, because there's no way to know if my peewees are gonna have 2 teams now because of this. Like, no, we have to plan and look out for our club too and the health and development of the kid. If our goal is to make a good quality high school program, I don't care that 7th grader is gonna do nothing at the high school level.
That's the thing.
Even if there's
You're
great strong.
saying a 10th grader is only eligible on.
No.
And
Ninth.
they're younger than 9. So the only thing I would add at the end of that is unless agreed to.
Unless mutually agreed upon by both parties.
By request of the coach or something like that, yeah. Yes.
After talking with a player who played on the 19U team in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, it's not that they weren't ready to play on the team as a hockey player, but the mental side of it was not there, and the maturity side. You have a 13-year-old with 17 and 18-year-old boys is going to be significantly different and should not be in the same locker room as 17 and 18-year-old boys discussing the same topics.
And that goes.
That would be a protection of the child, not a protection of the
That's
team.
where the coach
Yeah, it's-
would make those decisions.
Right.
From my point of view, the evaluator,
So-
not this table here.
But
Should be
the coach
stated.
is the evaluator of his team. Like, they're not doing they're gonna have a week of that coach going, okay, this is my lines. Like,
Yeah.
they're not doing the same shit we're doing. They're not gonna likely come in here unless the coach is willing to come help us with like OPTs and practice before this stuff starts. I mean, the likelihood that he calls out a kid this big is minimal. Why open the door for, we know we're down, they're gonna try to
Just move
do
on.
silly stuff.
Going on, I'm hard against it, but you guys go ahead and do it.
No, I think verbiage can change. I think we need to protect ourselves. Like, just coming from, I have an 8th grader. If there's no way we wouldn't let her touch that ice. Like, she'd sit bench, and what's that doing for her? Absolutely nothing. Like Jamie said, she would be done. And I don't want her with this.
Choice, it's not,
But
why are we determining if that kid's choice is to do that early on? Like, why are we?
if they can, then yeah. But I think it's just verbiage of if we all agree upon it.
On
And I
physical-
think like that goes with parents, you know.
On a physical aspect, I think that there's a lot of players that are younger that can play with the big kids, right? I will not disagree with you on that. There
To
are
an
some
extent.
younger players that really, their talent level is a lot higher than some others. Very few. On a maturity level, though, even the most mature 13-year-old shouldn't be
Never.
nowhere near riding with the 17 and 18-year-old,
Ever.
learning all of the terrible habits that we all have as teenagers.
Is that your job to determine that right now?
I think
Is
that's-
that the
I think
parent-
that's-
Is that the parent and the kid?
But what's
That is absolutely not your job to do that for another kid.
I think
would
that's
say
pretty,
that-
I think it's part of
You
our
can say
job.
that for your kid.
I think that's part of our job to protect the entire community. Even if a parent might be like, yeah, I want my kid to go play high school hockey in 6th grade.
Okay,
Are we setting that child up for failure though by even allowing them to do that?
It's okay to protect people from themselves, Chris. Like,
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I get that the likelihood of 6th graders are going to ever make the team is minimal. But if the school doesn't understand that they also have to release them back to us, they can keep them and let them sit. And what good is it to that kid? Oh, I paid $60 and I'm going to sit here.
That's a choice in there.
It's just, we need those kids to play for the club.
Then do it. Then go on. Go ahead.
Like, I think your fear is that players are going to quit. They can't. Where are they going to have to physically move?
I am 100% against it. You're not changing my mind. I say,
Okay, fine.
You guys go vote on it. Make it clear so everybody hears it, and move on.
That's fine.
As personally speaking, I'll let him finish his sentence.
Request a player younger than 9th grade. I mean, this coach has got to, if he's going to request somebody younger than 9th grade, that kid's better be a first or second line skater.
I'm
Yes.
gonna question why he's the head coach of the girls program. Actually,
If they
if they do that, unless it's a standout prodigy, and special requests, but I still think as a club, we would still get the right to have an opinion, honestly, and it with the parents, obviously.
Yes.
But then again, like, you have to fill out that if you're gonna pull your kid after that, and you know, there's a lot more into play.
As a literal 6th grader who was playing on 19
I would even have it be a tryout. I mean, this kid better be playing first, second, 9 minutes, or there's no reason for him to go out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. So, sorry, Sam.
I mean, I was a 6th grader playing against seniors, and I mean, I worked my whole way up in that same 19U bracket. I mean, maturity level is huge, and we tried to be very cognizant. When I was a captain, I tried to be very cognizant of things that were discussed and said in the locker room, but there's so much more that goes on that I mean, I can't even, our numbers weren't where they needed to be.
Yes.
But if there was any way that we could have separated those out as a 6th grader, and again, it's trying out, it's different. I maybe would play 1 shift a game. I didn't get anything out of that. 7th grade, I broke my arm because a senior fell on me and snapped it in half. Like, there is such a big difference that I do think it is our responsibility as a club to look out for that, because I think, I mean, I saw it when I played too. There's a lot of kids that think they're better than they are. There's a lot of parents that, like, they can't look at it and see it as it is necessarily all the time. But I do think it is our responsibility to have a little bit of a, like, safety precaution.
There is a
Yes.
very valid reason that the NEHA does not allow more than a 1-year move. It's to protect players and kids and parents from themselves.
Yes.
So,
That at special request, if the kid is big enough, if they're fast enough, if they're all the things, then I do think it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, to have,
when you're talking Connor Bedard type kid that you didn't have any validly doing that.
yeah.
All I'm seeing is let a coach make the decision. They can.
Yes. Which with that
You
in
guys,
there, I
you guys don't
think.
have to move forward. It's not stick on this. So.
Yeah, no, we
You
changed
guys are
verbiage.
saying accept that. and vote on
Do we have to vote? I vote to accept the new verbiage.
With that new verbiage in there, that middle.
If a high school level coach specifically requests a player younger than 9th grade, both programs would have to agree of that player moving
on
To the
that
high school level.
on to the high school level.
So it's in there that it's a possibility, but
Right, but we're not gonna have intent.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna come out and say, I want to play on a 6th grader. It would have to come directly from the high school coach.
yes.
But we can add intent on the registration for any 9th grader. So we know. We also, but we have to code a plan. We're not, you keep comparing us to Bismarck or Farlockers too, and the thing is, the fact of the matter is, they have 1,000 kids in their program and can afford to not worry about 2 or 3 kids. We do have to worry. 2 or 3 kids makes or breaks us going from 2 team to 1.
Yeah.
So, not
that.
knowing
A lot of
is
those
the
initiatives
worst
that
thing.
you fix because it's lead every year. You're going to have more lead this year. Probably better talented kids will lead
Playing
this year.
devil's advocate here, I mean, look at, I'm not sure that we're gonna address the numbers in the high school level. You look at Crosby, you look at Sydney, I mean, they have to play graders to be able to field the team at the high school.
Yeah, there's a reason they're in high school level.
But that's what I'm saying, like, if we get people that are moving away and they want to continue a high school team.
The only from a club aspect that a kid can play elsewhere.
But still, that falls under,
There's that rule.
the coach would still have to.
One parent has
That's
to
numbers issue, that's still solved.
Correct.
Just like that,
Yes.
just saying like multiple situations, that's still solved.
And if we can work in somewhere down the road a city thing, and we can figure out an Alexander thing like that, all these things kind of fall into place on its own. But
Yeah.
like I said, I mean, Wilson's got 40 freaking kids at the high school age level. The I don't want to be the outlier. That's why I did it. Literally every club, whether it's a policy in writing or they already have an understanding with the school.
There's
This
lots of
is
clubs that
just
don't.
because they don't need one. There's no reason.
I'm just making sure that's clear because you stated that a lot of folks have.
Well, Dickinson, Williston, Bismarck, all have it. I mean, if you're trying to compare us to Fargo, they don't need it. They have enough high school kids that a ninth grader going there is not going to either kill their football program, but that kid.
All I'm saying, on my point of view, is I don't want to restrict a kid if there's kids that want to do it, they're talented, that can easily take a spot from the high school kid. That's it. You guys go.
Okay. Well, we got the verbiage in there that if a coach thinks that a kid catches his eye, that he certainly can come in. Okay, well, this is my proposal. Need a motion to approve our addendum to, first of all, approve their yellow changes first.
Can we look at the number of things we're going to change?
It was changed to 30 seconds.
That is
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Again, I added that before they changed the verbiage because we don't have to amend it later, but the likelihood that happens is.
I mean, there's a real possibility now that we could recruit out of the younger schools. So we could eventually have more hockey players where we do have to have a junior role in the ICU program. Likelihood of in the next couple of years, probably zero. But we could, you know, if we get to the schools and we have 100 AU kids next year or 2 years from now, and you know, the trickles up, we could have. It's good to just have the verbiage in place
You
to.
don't have to have,
You don't-
even if there's leftover kids, one, you have to make it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like basically.
But still, just having
But
the option.
we have the verbiage, we have the option, we don't have to go back and amend it and go through 400 conversations later on.
Yeah.
Listen,
I know. So, do we have a motion to approve the schools amendment?
I will motion to approve the school's amendment.
Kevin motion.
and James.
No, I gotta do one then the last. Do I have a second? Sorry, Kevin motions. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sam seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Sorry.
I hear
You
you.
say it twice now.
Gotta hear ya. Okay, those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries for the schools, yellow highlighted amendment. Okay, we have a motion to approve my amendment to the MOU to get back to the school.
I will approve it.
Okay, Brittany
Motion.
motions. We have a second.
I'll second.
Is that you, Sam?
Yes. Sorry.
Sam seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Make sure
Wow.
it is documented who's yes and who's no in this
You
one.
want to do a roll call vote?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to a roll call vote since we have a second. Spencer, yea or nay? Kevin?
Nay.
Brett?
I vote yay, sorry, I made a motion.
Sam?
Yay.
Chris?
Hey,
And I will be a yes. Motion passes. Okay. Board actions, user agreement update. We don't have one from the last meeting. We're still waiting for the rough rider to come back to us after they met with the parks people. But same thing as last month, pretty close, I think, right? Anything?
I think we're close. I think the only thing I want to look at is really get budget dialed in on our side.
Well, yeah, we kind of gotta know what their that fluctuation thing is, so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so nothing there. KA committee updates, action items. Cody isn't here for bylaws governance. Kevin, I know you're kind of working with him in that. You guys know anything at all or no update?
Not enough there right now.
Okay, so intellectual property propose to make a policy is in there. I think I put it on your action item log, so just wait to
can we
see.
just vote on one now? I mean, I threw that out there.
Well, it's gotta go with their committee.
But do you want to make it a bylaw or just a policy? It doesn't need to be a bylaw. Like,
No, I know, it's on their action item, make a policy and bring it to the table for recommendation. They can
So
take
that would
yours.
still be under like governance.
Yeah, it's still governance to make it even added as a policy, so even though you sent one off as an option, like they, at the minimum should review it, being that's their committee, and then just like with for staff, like I expect you guys to review it, and bring it back. So,
I would recommend too, on top of that, if there's people that do that from now on, if it's intent, that this, like, there's up to a year, make it punishable to year ban from the club, just like your old.
that's,
Yeah.
right, that's why yours, I don't think there's a voting action, I think it needs to go to the committee, they can
As long as
take yours
there's
as
a
a.
recommendation.
Yeah.
There's intent, like that.
Okay,
When's the next?
I like that actually.
As long as it's blatantly says.
Right.
let's keep moving. You guys have a committee he sent the option for you guys to review, and you guys come up with something that can actually bring this full-fledged, ready to go thing.
Spencer, good question.
Okay,
When is the next bylaws meeting?
I don't know that they've set one up yet.
I was talking to Cody about it. He's going to wait till he gets back and looks at his schedule before we get together. So,
This is the actual bylaws. They're not continuing to finalize that.
yeah.
Okay,
'Cause I'd like to sit in on the next one.
Okay. I'll let you know when it is.
You should also add in some wording about it, where if there's that found that they're no longer in standing with the club either, and they will be
Right. Standard motion.
not allowed to run for any positions.
Yeah. And I think that comes down
Okay.
to in the disciplinary too. We have something like that in our disciplinary
all right,
section.
good enough. Thank you. Where we gotta go? We're not, like, there's nothing to vote on. Okay, disciplinary.
Nothing.
Okay, budget and finance, you've got gaming on there and anything else.
So gaming, we're in the process of adding 2 letters that their background checks sent out. So the sheriff filling those out, getting back to me, we'll send them off. James been going around, talking to some locations, not sure where we're going to go.
Nothing active. I gotta go follow up and go into it, so.
I got my training completed 2 weeks ago. Definitely a wealth of information there. Still trying to wrap my head around all of it. Got all the renewal paperwork submitted, site authorizations, and the site rental agreements. Got those back to me. She's getting them submitted to the new AG portal. I do want to at some point do a self-audit. That was under that training. They gave me the form to do for their labor salary audit, so at some point they will get those new numbers and they will do their training. That's something we can just make sure we're checking all the engineering boxes. Outside of the gaming, chart of accounts review and update, sent that out last weekend, I think. Anyone get a chance to look at that? It's something I want to get to the finance committee to get them to.
I didn't deep dive because I was more waiting for you to kind of get with your people to kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Before I really
Because, yeah,
invested a ton of time into getting the feedback.
one part of that was budget ownership. I really think that we individuals own their budgets throughout the season, whether that's revenue budgets or certain goals to make revenue or you've got expenditure budgets. Trying to stick to those and having, and to me, it's committees that own those. That is it. And to answer your question, haven't set up a meeting with them yet. We're trying to shoot for Thursday, completely spaced that's golf night. So there's a few members in that committee that can't meet on Thursdays, so I think it's going to be later this week or next week.
It's very important, obviously, we need to get that straight on, we understand where we're at, what we need to do for fundraising sponsorship, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's focusing directly with the fundraiser and marketing committee for sure. Okay, so tournaments. Okay, so I did get more in touch with Lisa today, a couple hours ago, a few hours ago now. So She is willing, since they're already designed, to order the trophies, medals, those things. She is putting it on us from a marketing standpoint for the merch, because that was redesigned every year.
Yeah.
But the reason being, she can't just give us access. It's very clear. There's a program that she owns, and it's her LLC that it came through. So it's not like she can just send you her access to her account. But when she gets the order done, because I shared her the inventory list, just so we get this done, and change of heart, obviously kids are involved, so we want to make sure we get this right, is she'll figure out, post the ordering, of how to like turn into a JPEG and go through her designs and ship it to us. They will not be fixable, like she can fix it through her program, but
You know, it's
we at least have something to go off of. So she is willing to do that. As far as the trophies, medals, player of the games, because she knows they need to be ordered like right now, and without having a conversation with anyone, I'm thinking that those are really nowhere right now, as far as how far we've gotten.
We actually have a logo and design ready to go and to be locally, but if she's willing, I will.
That's what I mean. So
Yep. Have that. No, I had the back burner because I wasn't getting
Right.
any answers.
Is
So.
this turning it over for long term, or is this just a disappear fix?
Well,
And then is this a
Because it's not to go long term.
so we would have to, if we want to go to the vendor, we would have to create a board account with
Yep.
the vendor. If she gives us the JPEG,
Right.
we can probably start handing it off. But we're not going to have the exact same files that she has, because it's like she literally sent a screenshot like you have to be in the organization. It's her company files. Through a program. So yes, it's not forever. She is willing to do that. She'll go through and look at designs, but I mean, we do have to remember she owns a company. She built it through a program that's very specifically designed. It's not like going on ChatGPT like we did. Okay, like so.
But that's the stuff we have to stay away from for anything going forward, that somebody's running through their own personal stuff.
And that's fine. What's done is done. I'm just happy that if she's willing to do this, get it ordered, so she'll obviously need to get your credit card.
And she's giving us all this information so that we can utilize the same thing going forward if we want,
Well-
essentially, to an extent, however much she can.
Yes, she said that once she wants to make sure she's gonna ship it here, not to her house. We'll be unboxing. She's not gonna do any of that post inventory delivery. She's just gonna order it, and then she'll work on figuring out how to get us
Moving
the
forward.
best possible version of the designs to be able to move forward. But we would have to, like, obviously, we know the site, we have what the heck it is. We would have to create an account, figure out how to
Yeah.
get with them. If we want to do edits, so like, you know, what she was doing is obviously year over year, she was like every couple of years, she'd turn over the design for the player of the games. So it doesn't stay stagnant. So things like that, minor edits, minor changes. But like the marketing, fundraising, we'll have to figure out the Winter Classic merch. I'm sure I can get the company she used this last year as far as a company, because that was the cheapest I think we found. And just create a new design, because the reason she was creating a new design for those every year is so that they continue to sell and
Yes.
it's nice and structured year after year or after that.
Yeah.
So
The only thing I'd ask is that we get a
she,
itemization of what
So-
we're ordering, price for each extended cost.
so share the inventory file. She'll send it to them for a quote.
Okay, so she'll get,
And then
that, okay.
and just have to swipe the card. No, she'll get it.
yep,
Send what we need. So everybody share everything.
I just want to make sure.
And then we'll get an itemized quote back with shipping.
Before,
Well, it's in the SharePoint on what we need. I did that already for the quantity. We just don't have a price yet.
Yeah.
So I've shared that with her already, so she can get. Because she was just getting the player game, she was always taking the longest, and we already have the first, second, third trophies. I was like, just medals don't change. It's just the lanyards. The banner just changes the year. Like, just do it. But obviously, give us the quote for so we know what that looks like, and then pull the trigger. So that's my update. Does anybody have any issues with that? I don't think we need a motion on it personally. Or unless you have a motion pending approval of the budget, that'd be wonderful. So no true motion.
Yes.
Okay,
Something we're going to think about is finding a graphic designer that can design those next year.
Okay, so other than that, teams are still coming in.
It's
That's
more
all
than
I
just
have.
Adobe Photoshop.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to hockey committee. Chris.
Okay, we just met the other day, Spencer and I, the team. Main focus at that point was kind of review the Mallory situation, what she presented. We all do think it's a high price, especially we go higher probably after she comes back for $200 rental of ice. That would be once a week that she would, bi-weekly that she would show up into September. And then have practice stuff that they work on the off weeks as well, ice school hockey in that place. Now, option came up from Spencer, well, Bobby, and Spencer got thrown in there, was a day camp. And this day camp is mimicked off a Greg Carter camp that Bobby is aware of where he's from. Kids would go once a week, target probably Wednesday, every week, 10 to 2. You can go, obviously, leave if you want to, but 10 to 2. This would be the off-season OPT program. Starting July, you can pay month by month, you can pay however you want. It's going to tie, it would tie to LG, ND as well. They're open to doing 1 to 2 hours once a week, strength and conditioning. So we could tie that together so it's kind of a monthly or weekly program that kids can get into. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bobby and Spencer would lead, probably split it, along with 5 to 6 junior leaders that would help, and they would learn how to work on the stuff, as well as the older kids. We'd also have a session for learn to skate. They could go later in the later in the evening, like you recommended. That could be ran by just junior leaders with mentorship or kind of a bit guided by somebody older. Okay, that's a proposal right now that we're kind of
Still kind of
working on the full format of it. Bobby's got to get some people locked in as junior leaders, but there's a really good vision on it.
And I'll just say, my assumption was you didn't have a plan. I didn't read your one note, so yes, I apologize for that. But Scott obviously will be sending us a proposal, something that I still would put in your report to review. Doesn't hurt that
We've been actually talking to Scott for 2 months now, but we haven't seen anything from him.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he gets back.
So
spring was he was too short.
And I'm not pitching Scott, because I let Scott puts a lot of time with it. I'm just saying that he
I get
had a lot of stuff going on.
I was just trying to put the hammer down because
So other ideas, or hopefully bring some, but that we have something that looks good, it'll be cost effective, we can run the pricing like we do the OPT. OPT was about $120 for a month. You could run that times 3, or you could do a drop-in cost.
a week for PT. I think they were going, the kids, whatever age was, twice a week for 4 weeks.
Well, you're adding in strength and conditioning.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's so you know how to compare the cost.
Yeah.
It's 120 for twice a
But-
week for so 2
Well,
months a week. Yeah.
On the side, I'll work on that, and we can toss it around, improve it, whatever, move forward. We're hoping to, we can open up registration soon. The target is July 8th to kick it off. So just so you know.
Oh, registration for that program? Is it be a separate than our season?
Yeah, not.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know
So
if you
start
started
July 8th, run through September, just like we would OPT.
Yeah, I think you would have to try out start 28th.
We'll work around that. Okay. Another thing that's coming, Bobby's working on another goalie coach. It's a semi-private, 3-4 goalies, 50 minutes apiece. Reoccurring schedule for 6 weeks to focus on our goalies and make them better. So
Is
that's
this
something.
still off season?
So this would be coming in the off-season. Obviously, we need attention to goalies in our program. This would have that. Plus, Cody has another thing. You two are scheduling, I think, in September. That's just a one camp. This is more of a consistent training program. So good things there.
Is that something they look into doing for the whole season or just for off season?
Right now, we can see where it goes. But right now, it's a 6-week focus. And
Gotcha.
which is great. And so,
We're still waiting for Cody to get the registration link to put on the website, but I do
Yeah.
have it in the
I'm
facility
just glad
schedule.
we're getting some goalie attention.
Yes, much needed.
Yeah.
So I talked about LGMD, moving on. Did you have something?
Well, I was just going to say, with any camp, what I've been noticing is like they do offer goalie portions of it, and whether it's a goalie specific or not in the program, when we advertise for those, we need to be very clear, like, we want goalies that will be goalie training, not just going to get shot at. Like, if it's going to have goalie instruction, because I feel like people, like, don't, when you're goalie, they don't sign up to, like, missions as a goalie coach out there, but nobody signs up because they don't know.
Sure.
So it falls with your goalie thing that we need to, on an advertising level, like, hey, yes, we do have goalie coaching during this, whatever it is, whatever the program is,
Sure.
whether it's internal or external.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want the goalies to be going to as much as they can. Now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know they had a goalie coach formation.
It's
Anyway.
Moving on. Yeah.
So LGMD, like I said, they're all in for starting July, once a week, 1 to 2 hour session. Okay. We'll get more details on that. Send it in group contacts along with the date. Now, Mallory, we have a meeting with her tomorrow to follow up on the rates and stuff like that. She can still hold a session, pick a day, bi-weekly. Whoever the heck wants to sign up can sign up, pay the cost, work with her. She'll do it in small groups of 3 to 5 kids, I think it was. So they're getting strict attention on their skills. So that we can open it up as an option, and she pays the ice time, but puts that in the cost as well. It'll just be higher. And if kids still want to sign up, they'll sign up. But it's still an option.
Is that Oka, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she could drive in from Devils Lake this week. So.
Yeah. I just didn't associate the two names together. So
Yeah. So there's potential there. I think that's good as well. Kids, if they want to work. Like Jamie, I didn't disagree with Jamie on the price, cost, and it's all stuff. I agree. We didn't have something. Now Bobby got the hook, so I'm glad we got that. So anyway, more to come on that. Street hockey. Sent you guys the quote for equipment. I did talk to Josh about that in question. He said, well, 100% correct, we usually pay for everything, but this is a sample, this is a test. Now, if this is good and it's going to be a continuous thing, yes, we provide everything, you guys support like other stores do. That's the difference. Now, I will, if we can put something on the table, can we vote on and pay for it?
Yeah, are we putting the full 1,000 or are we doing 50-50? Or what's your...
I will find somebody that will split the cost of the club and will agree to $500 every thousand.
Yeah, you could make a proposal that we...
So I would propose that the club pay $500 and a private donation will come for $500 to split the cost.
I guess I didn't read you sent an email on it. Sorry.
High level. Basically, they're trying to do a sample to see if it
Right.
works.
The street hockey have come down that fun.
Yeah, probably-
$1,000 would be for gear rental time, I'm assuming.
It's here.
Just gear? Okay. Yeah.
It's set up, they'll run it, we support it as well. So like,
Yeah.
a
We
group of
have
us
advertised,
would
we
say,
have volunteer.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to,
The cash would be the investment for gear.
we need to team up with
Yeah.
it, with events to make it something, splash it a little bit.
Yeah.
And say, here's an opportunity to try out, put a stick in your hand, and blah, 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 and use it, pull the recruit.
I mean, it's a try hockey for free without having to learn how to skate.
Yes. And then you can
But
teach
it will,
it.
Yes.
but if it works, it'll be a part of the program and we'll help fund
They will do it.
Yeah,
They will do
yeah.
the bulk of the work.
No, I understand. I understand a lot
I
of
do want to make
this.
this clear, this isn't approved yet by the park board, or that group, this is what they propose, so, but then first thing is the money.
So we have a motion for Chris to have the hockey club paid for $500 of equipment pending approval of the program from the
Yeah, it would have to go through.
I will second the $500 for equipment. I think it's a great program.
Who motion?
Yeah, I think we
Chris
should-
motion.
Oh,
I'll second.
okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great program.
Yes,
That'd be awesome.
absolutely.
But we need to put the effort in, like I said, events, everything that gets stretched.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just say it's preliminary now. The money is. Okay. We'll start this over. The money is being proposed, pending approval from Rough Rider, and then the rest of the details that you guys work out come back to us with
Let's
what
come
we
back
need
to kick them.
Yeah. Okay, so Chris motions for the 500. Kevin seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carry. Or all opposed, same sign. Forget that part. Okay, motion carries. Okay, anything else?
One last thing, forecasting teams, I've sent that out to the hockey committee, the spreadsheet, and we will meet up hopefully next week and have something to present to the board. Just
For declaration.
We didn't
For
need to
level-
declare it for
Yeah.
July 1st, though, right?
Yes.
We have to
18
declare
is
teams.
everybody.
so next week is before that. I told
So, but-
everybody July 1st.
Yeah, so it just will have to be emailed to us and we'll have to approve it or whatever through email. Okay.
I guess I'll just see what you want to say before I say my 2 cents. So, yeah, we've already discussed it. Hopefully you guys are me.
You're not gonna get everything. You got your little thing today.
They still have to approve it. I can still say my 2 cents.
Sure.
Okay, so since we're in hockey, I sent to get this registration out. I know that's been a hot topic for the last couple of weeks. A copy if you haven't read it, please scan through it quickly.
I added that on the bottom because that was something that Lori had in her email.
It's already in the policy. I already updated
Are we wanting to, we'll get to it when we get down real quick.
it. Well, I'm not going to motion to do each single one of those. I'm gonna-
We're just gonna, okay.
The whole thing, or
Cause when I had my marketing meeting the other day, they had brought up if we wanted to adjust them at all, add dibs hours, anything like that, if we're gonna have to cover like concessions for Wolves hockey games, like do we need to up the 20 hours? And maybe we wanna discuss that fully later. I just saw it was on Lori's thing.
to be clear, we don't have to do anything
Yep.
for the high school.
Yep.
They also are looking for some income back, and so I have informally proposed to Brad, like, yeah, your parents will run the concessions. We're willing to do some sort of profit sharing.
Sure.
Not,
Okay.
not revenue, but profit sharing.
Yes, yep.
So, you know, and I mean, the people that are going to want to do dibs for the high school games aren't going to probably have high school kids playing, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like, and
Yeah.
there's really not that many
Okay.
home games overall, plus we dropped the tournament. If you actually do the math, and every family did their 20, like everyone, including coaches and board members, did their
Yeah.
20, we'd have like a 500 to 1,000 over
Okay.
hours needed,
Okay.
based on what we had dibs for.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, no. The only thing that, yeah, she did ask if she changed. I did point her our updated policy about instead of the incentive programs, the only thing that changed was we went from 5 to 40 and 80 for first year families. We have dropped that down to 5, 20, and 40 to incentivize the 5 hour get people to do more instead of going from 5 to 40 makes no sense to get 10%. 5 to 20 might,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. Absolutely.
So
Okay.
that was a change. I mean, if you guys, well, before the season, so if you guys have a different viewpoint and you want to render that back,
Yep.
it, you know,
Well, I think part of it too just stemmed from thinking that we were going to kind of,
remember, they're going to hire box people.
Yes.
They're going to have a hired gate person.
yeah. It was just the concessions that we were worried about. But then that's something we can cross the bridge later. If you figure out some other kind of program with
I
them for
think
that,
we
then
have to, in my opinion, I think we have to wait and see what the school ultimately
Yes.
wants to do from that.
Okay.
I know that the Red Fighter has said that
Yep.
so the likelihood is minimal. And if we want to open them and we keep the money, like, that's great. if we see a shortage in health. Here's what I'll say. I don't think it's the amount of hours. I think there's just people unwilling to help and we can drop the $1,000. Like it's no big deal. I mean, we upped that thing 3 times hoping to avoid the buyout, and then it still is. You know, so plus if Chris can get his volunteer program going, that'll help with the winter deal.
I did something.
Well, I'm saying if we can get help there, and then Kathy has the that was
Endeavor. They're called Endeavor now.
Oh, change. Okay.
Yeah.
So if she can do them, which I know they like doing it, and then we probably will have to put this on next month's. Last year we gave them a donation of $100,000. Put that on next month's agenda or something for helping them with products.
It used to be that.
Yeah. So we can cross that bridge. I would say. So I don't think it's the hours. I think it's.
Just a question. Can we like vote to approve this whole setup and then always amend it or that?
And once Lori puts it out there, it's out there. Registration. So if there is one that you want to discuss and change, let's hear it. And
Well,
then
I would really like to add a referral program for $50 first kid sign up, $100 off for second kid sign up. I really think we should try it.
I think we take more time to discuss this instead of something that's sent out like 10:38 on the day of the board meeting.
well, here's why I did it, because we wanted it 2 weeks ago and no plan. This is at least a plan with dates and stuff. So it's really nothing is a huge change from what we did last year.
The only thing that I did announce, I think we should up, again, don't have a table for looking at what all the registration costs are.
We just upped it 20% last year at every age group.
We did.
I don't know how you can validate to our club members to up it anymore. There's no way. It's because we're
Here's
losing
what I would do. I would put the referral program into play, and people get out there and get kids signed up and help
All I'm saying is,
recruit people.
we
and
don't
cost
have
them.
to deliberate on it right now.
I like it.
Say by the end of the week, at least give people an opportunity to think on it and offer suggestions and critiques. That's what I'm saying.
What jumps out to you that is an issue?
I don't know. I haven't had time to think about it. Sleep on it.
I mean, honestly, it's pretty much exactly the same as last year.
Just added dates for early bird
Yes.
cutoff and
Yeah.
late, and then I
Well,
got
I
to
mean, suspension point. I mean,
I don't know what the
things. I don't know. I get it's the same as last year. I do agree with you. Guys.
Is there any reason it absolutely has to go to tonight? That's
The
the
longer we wait, it's just like anything else in this. The longer we wait, the harder it gets to get out there, and then things get pushed off. Like your
That doesn't
guys.
answer the question.
Huh?
Yes or no? Does it have to get approved tonight?
Well, no, I guess it doesn't have to, Spencer, but somebody can motion to approve it
Yeah,
without
we can
and vote on it. So we're here. The problem is when it gets tabled, the shit takes 2-3 weeks before it gets back to us.
I mean, and all honesty, we should be, in my opinion.
I think that's an exaggeration.
I don't. It's
I don't.
not.
I think it's even longer than
It's
that.
longer than that.
In my opinion, we for next year, we need to open registration longer anyway. So I already.
Mhm.
Right. So trying to accomplish something and we keep pushing shit back further and further. It's not an exaggeration. Fucking
A little bit.
it's not.
It's not.
It's really not.
It's not, because we have shit that was 2 months ago that we talked about. We didn't even talk about it last month, and then we're back on
We
it.
haven't talked about it today. Yeah.
And we have, yeah, and it'll be next month before it gets brought up again, and that was shit from freaking April.
Yeah.
If we know that, we fix it.
Well, we do. It's gonna get better.
If you know things are getting left out, it needs to be better.
I think the only thing I would possibly change on this before I would motion to approve it would be the 1 year move up from 8U to Squirts 10U to pending tryouts.
And the one thing that
Not having a blanket, if you're a 1 year move up, you can move up, because some of and that's something we should really talk to Preston and Jamal and Emily and all the 8U coaches that saw them last year. That is this kid maturity level ready to move up? Is he skill level ready to move up, or is he going to hold back our squirt program?
So
Or
yes,
even the
that
sport,
is why
and
I'm
the sport
not-
coaches, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The
the
other one
one,
that I would love to see is cost. what's the forecast? For each age group, what's our forecast of revenue off of registration based on putting this out?
Well, it wouldn't be out today. Because
Put
it's
it
going
out
to take.
later this week.
It's going to take Lori about a week to get this all set up.
Yep.
Once we vote on it. So again, if we wait 2 weeks, add another week onto her setting all this stuff up, so another 3 weeks, and now anything that we're doing with declarations just gets that much more convoluted. I mean, you could have done a forecast registration 3 months ago when I put the forecast on there, that cost, based on our current costs.
If I wasn't running up to do gaming stuff, wasn't running down to Bismarck, wasn't putting together charter accounts, yeah, I probably could have had time to do it.
Okay. Well, we'll just do what
If you want
the 1 year move up. I'll explain myself there. There's not a requirement that they get to play there.
No,
it's
no,
just
that's
the allowance of saying if you're a third grader before
Sure.
May 31st, you have the ability to try it.
Yep.
If we want
And
to,
I think
the
it's-
hockey committee wants to come back later and make a totally separate, like an evaluation policy based on, which I think it is already actually in there. There is one based on maturity level and
Yeah.
ability and skill that, hey, if you're not like, if we have 3 teams this year, which right now with the third graders, we could have 3 teams, you would have a C, B, and B1 likely, or you could drop the C team and have bigger B and B1 based on evaluations. Correct, with B and B1, just like we did last year, you could drop some of those younger kids that might, like, it's not that deep, I guess is what I'm getting at on the allowance of it. So
Right.
that boils back into
I think the process on that, I think, failed a little bit last year.
Right, and that would be on our committee to validate.
Just kind of a deeper dive, because there are some third graders that need to move up.
Yes,
There are some that should not move up. They really are going to benefit from another year.
I don't disagree.
So, but last year we let them all move up, and we watched our B program become a B team down to a C level team by the end of the season.
Again, and to
So-
me that I think falls on the evaluation process of those people getting.
Other than that, and we already have that kind of in place. Other than that, I mean, it's fine. Look, I'm all for it. Let's open registration, get it going.
I would like to have a referral program. and stuff.
I like the referral program. I want to add a referral program.
I do, and did you see my response to that, just for peace of mind? As far as, so, we already give away hockey for free. Our policy this year is not every age is sport 10 and below. So, we're not getting registrations from them. So, is discounting 50 and 100, like, my only discussion on that, I'm all for a referral program. Does it have to be after registration fee? Is it a gift card at the end of the year? Is it, like, what does it have to be? In thinking that we're not getting
first
any.
person or the next one, why not? They can bring more kids into the program. We're utilizing all our tools. We gotta get people. I've said it. We gotta build this.
So, if we approved this today, so Lori could start working on it, does a referral program have to take place immediately? Or is that
It could
something
be a
that
side policy.
yeah, I mean, we could decide on something later that
Right, that's fine.
that, hey, you referred this many people,
I just
here's
rather
a
get
gift
one.
card. Yeah, but this would at least get registration going, and then the referral policy.
You can take a
could go in
referral
place.
program policy, we do it all the time at work, I'm sure plenty of other companies do it, you just get a refund or a check back for,
Yes.
for the
Well,
referral.
that's not nothing. I'm saying, I've looked it up. Google.
Yeah, and that's fine,
Well, we could approve this without that today. Because
Absolutely.
we could get something in place and approve that in
Email the
July's
club
meeting and then, email
Is there
it.
anything wrong with, like, are you guys, do we need to debate on what the referral policy should be?
I think coming up with
a formal policy.
a better formal policy, just more exactly of
What you
how
want
much,
and, yeah.
how many kids are you gonna go down that they
Whose rock is
refer?
up on, which,
Well, the theory it should fall in bylaws, governance, so.
Shoot an email to Cody. Oh, yeah, no, shoot an email to me. No, that's Cody. Cody's in charge of that. Shoot an email to Cody, and our committee will come up with a policy.
I don't think it's a bad idea, but don't keep that in mind, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I just want to look at it
Yes, I can
financially,
enjoy it.
that we're
I'm just thinking if they see this one big email of registration, a new referral program, blah, 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 this and that, like, or we could put something in, if we are gonna have a referral program, please, please, make note of that and we'll be compensated.
As far as the ditch thing too, just to touch real quick on that, I think if you up it, it's just gonna get worse. You require them to have more, they're just gonna do less and just pay the man.
Is it up the hours or up the
If you up the hours, you have to up the amount paid. They have to go together, so just leave it as it
In
is.
talking with just a few other people from clubs, like the same issues occur. Like they've tried different things, they've moved things around, people just don't, the people that aren't gonna do it are just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It could be $5,000 and there could be 20 people next year that will pay the $5,000.
You're out of the club next year. That could maybe be it.
There is a club that does that.
I mean, that
If you don't complete your dibs hours, that you're on probation, and then you don't get to play until you don't.
We have-
I think it's
okay.
Dickinson actually. You don't get to play a game until your dibs hours are all completed for
I
the
mean,
next
that's
season.
where you have.
So truth be told, and what's in front of us to get registration going, we have a proposal or an option to table, and we can do that, or we need a motion. If there's no motion, it'll be tabled until the next meeting or whenever it's special meeting or whenever. But
or later this week
Or-
if we can.
if somebody wants to bring that up, but yeah.
Via the email, you got all of our questions answered. Otherwise, like, sorry,
Yes,
just circling back.
these were the ones that were
Okay, no, you're good. I just
pertinent
was-
to
You're good.
questions that I couldn't answer without a board vote. Everything else was like in policy or pretty straightforward.
Yeah, no, that was my only question.
What's your concern? I'm just curious, like, you asked about forecasting,
What if we're making a monumental change, we're taking our highest grossing group and Lower High School. So
And also the most expensive.
Yeah, we're losing the most expense there as well.
yeah, so the most expensive.
Kind of close.
So
I think we're actually gaining money
we are
by losing them.
also in negotiations for a contract for renting this facility as opposed to managing it. So there's gonna be extra costs there.
but I don't think, in my opinion, I see where you're going with this, because you're thinking, well, maybe we have to up a little bit or something to try to cover that cost.
Yep.
But to me, we want to, everything we do needs to start reducing the burden on people to get people in the club. Where we gotta focus on is getting outside money somehow through fundraising, sponsorship, other ways to continue to reduce it, not increase it.
And the other thing I don't like is getting an email at 10:30 on the day that we're going to meet and try to think through every possibility and every question that I could potentially have when I'm out in the field all day walking stuff down. Like,
100%, I agree with you, but is there anything? I'm asking this from you. Is there anything major change from last year that would need to be analyzed except for the junior goal thing? Other than that,
Just the
that's
start.
been approved already.
Just
We're doing it good according to
The only thing I changed, which I put on there, was our equipment rental fees been $75 for as long as I can remember. Equipment is obviously higher, so I upped it $25 for in-season and out-season. That was the one monetary change. Everything else was basically dates. Cut off for, we didn't do a late fee last year. You want to get people in, sign up sooner rather than later. So I started the late fee, started earlier, so it would entice people to freaking sign up for trials, basically.
One thing I do like, I
How's
guess,
it?
is it if we can do it earlier next year, June and July, and then you pay up front, and if you don't, then you pay this full cost. Or make a payment.
Well,
That's it.
she already sets up. If you go on the registration, you can literally pull it up right now. She has dates for the payment. So we already offer that. You pay an initial 10 or 20%, and then the rest of it's broken up by full payments starting November 1st. Or November 10th.
So it is pretty,
It's already done.
it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I just, I'm not,
no, I
I'm
get
just trying to help you,
yeah.
because I do understand, I don't want to get shit wrong on me either, and try to go and just cram it through, but this is something I feel comfortable about because it's been in place, very little tweaks, and I do not want an increase cost of people. We need to work and figure out ways to do so.
Well, and then the only other thing would be some sort of scholarship. I know we talked about it, well, scholarships helping families that are in need, and finding a way to implement that in our registration.
We have a form.
I say it's on
We
the
have a form, they
website.
fill it out, we vote on it in the middle of the season, and we
Yeah,
refund their
it
money.
has to be
They've been voted
in
on.
before October 15th. We voted on the 15th. We do need to rework the page. So
Yeah.
it's not a scholarship. It's
The word, yeah, the verbiage.
it's
Sponsorship or
what
something.
would you call it?
I have it.
Would
You
it
have
be
it.
called?
I
This,
have it wrote down
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's not really. Yeah, it's not.
You're concerned about 19U junior gold registration, right? We have a $38,500 freaking of our power bill right there coming straight off the bat. So our $142,000 of power that we're going to pay this year, take $38,500. The high school's going to pay that.
It's your highest registration, the least amount of kids,
Yep.
highest paid coaches,
Yep.
highest paid refs, and biggest crew size.
Yep. We're losing
You're
out
turning
on
into the most expensive.
$55,000 that we don't have to pay for 19U junior gold this year, and we're going to lose out on what $31,000.
And actually, hopefully they would have those coaches that were now junior gold or I guess high school. 19U, they could help them coach potentially. Yeah.
Well,
But eventually, then
Obviously.
probably at the younger levels
Yeah, I
when.
agree with you.
so, again,
Yeah.
I won't motion it since I proposed it, but we can motion it,
I would,
or we can table it.
I'll motion to approve it. I feel comfortable with it.
We have a motion from Chris. Do we have a second?
I will second.
Kevin seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. I'll get this over to Lori and everything. Okay, fundraising, marketing, communications committee, golf scramble.
Okay, so Golf Scramble is on the books. They had it from last year. That is going to be on August 25th. I believe it's a Tuesday. We are planning on upping the registration fee a little bit because the golf course sounds like upped what they charged us last year per person. So we're going to do $500 for a team of 4, max 36 teams. We are in the process of making a flyer, reaching out to sponsors, just doing all of that, just in the middle of it right now. Looking at the numbers right now, I'm guessing it's going to cost us roughly $10,000 by the time we have to pay their fees, pay for food, and then there was some merch that we sold last year, but just off of registration, we'd be making like $18,000. So when I get the numbers more. And then we'll do whole sponsors and everything else.
You talked to Angie and Candace about that yet?
Yeah, so Angie's not going to do it this year because she doesn't have a club kid anymore. But
She helped a ton last year.
yeah, so we had our marketing meeting. Candace is taking care of a lot of things because she did it last year, and then Hallie's working on some side. I mean, it's a lot more of a team effort, trying to split things how we can. We also talked about, just to briefly touch on we were talking about doing like Oilers Christmas party appetizer silent auction thing, like the beginning of December. Briefly discussed on, obviously get more information on that. We've also talked about doing like calendar raffles around Christmas time to maybe try and help get a little bit more people like daily money. So yeah, we have a lot of different things that briefly discussed trying to focus more on finalizing golf stuff before we dig into that more. What else is on my list? We are wanting to hand these pucks out. We have 1,000 of them. We're wanting to hand them out at events this summer. Maybe instead of having a table at a bunch of things, if we could have kids walk around and hand out these pucks. Right now, this QR code brings us to our registration page, which if we get registration going, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I did get a response today, and
Was it the Winter Classics? It was the registration.
well, it's the registration page, but the Winter Classics are on the registration page right now. So when Lori gets other registrations on, it will show.
Because it's closed right now.
Yes, yeah. So it brings you to Winter Classic registrations, but yeah, when you get
When she opens the new registration.
yes, then all of the other registrations will pop on. So there would be the option of if we want to keep this, maybe I could work with Lori and figure out how we could get a registration, but it just gives you information on like his spring program, or even if you have to register for that, so you'll have to register for that. But so we could leave this as is. The other option is, I think we have 1,000 pucks for like $180. We could print new QR stickers and bring it to a different page. But I don't know how well the stickers are going to stick. We got a lot of. I just don't know if that's the
There
best
should
option.
be a way that when you scan that QR code, whatever that URL link is, linking that page or turning that
To a
page into
different page.
whatever we want it, and then turning our registration
Yes.
page into registration / or whatever it is to go to our other separate page. Talk to a really computer nerd, and there's a way to link it to other
You
things.
have to know where it was originally created, though.
Yeah.
That I finally got communication on that today. I think she's going to work with me, and we're going to try and figure it out.
Yeah.
But that might not be an option with all of these pucks. It might, going forward, again, having a club email linked, something that anybody can access. It's just these 1,000 pucks that we're trying to work through. But again, if we're going to get registration on there, and if we do registration for summer programs, then maybe we just leave it as is, and that would
For
work.
you when that gets set up.
Yes. I mean, that can-
Registration,
yes,
so
that-
Because anything
Yes,
you can
exactly.
put on that link page, right? You can put try out for free regular registration.
It's linked to
plus-
all of our registrations.
Yeah.
There's-
Yes.
There's only Winter Classics open right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once more.
the other one's open, you can hand them all out.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, after hearing more of what will probably be on the registration page soon, I think we leave it as is, and then once we at least get
The food truck, and kids handing them.
Parades and
yes, I mean, we have
Fourth of July
1,000 of
weekend
them.
and
Yep, I mean, then we can run around and have kids hand out, a bunch here and there. So,
You can get on the squishing. I'm serious.
I know,
Moneymaker.
squishies are insane.
I get it.
It's like being dead.
Candace and I are going to meet on Thursday to go through the website more and try to start making updates on that and get it organized better so people can. Yep, well, I looked at like war roads and stuff too, and just make it a lot easier for people to be able to find things. First International has a nonprofit community giving thing that they're doing right now that I was going to put in for. They get a lot of people, but the top prize is $25,000. They give away two $10,000 and six $5,000. So it's all on Facebook. People in everywhere can vote on it, but just another avenue to try and get something. And then my last thing is this area up here. Wait for him. Let's see.
Oh, I just keep going.
No, yeah, it's just we're waiting on you because I want to discuss this.
We are pausing for you.
Oh.
Yes.
dramatic.
Show me the invoice.
Sure. This space up here.
I'll tell you what, I want every one of you that thinks you
No,
should pull that to haul the stuff all the way
Just
down
let
and
me-
back up
let me-
7 times.
But we're not gonna do that. So right now, the idea would be to create with things that we already have. We're not buying new things right now. We have cages that lock. We can create more of a storefront that is set up all the time. They're locked when they're not being used. And so you're not hauling stuff up and down all the time. It's there. During the Winter Classics, you open it up, get what you need. You might need to restock, which if I need to do that the week before the Winter Classic, make sure everything is there, I would gladly do that. But it's nothing permanent. It's not purchasing anything new. So why not try it for a season and see how it goes? Maybe it's awful, maybe it sucks, maybe we do it one weekend and then we want to do it differently. There's a ton of totes downstairs that I think we want to organize a lot better. We can keep things in totes, label them, they're not getting moisture on them. I know that's a concern.
Yeah, a lot of the clothing was just in their paper boxes. We had to haul them over there.
Oh my gosh, that was a 6-hour day hauling everything out, taking it
My
all
question
apart,
is-
computer and then putting it all back together.
Since ice is not on Hanson, do you think we will have that same issue?
Yes, as soon as they bring on the system online and all the humidity collects in the building again,
Okay.
it'll happen again. It
So-
happens every single year.
Are we voting on something today, or is it still just discussion?
I would like to vote on it today because I'd like to start moving stuff around. I would like to, so we have some merch over in those trophy cases and then we have trophies here. I'd like to get all of the trophies moved over in one spot. That opens up this locking case to be able to also use for merchandise things. And then we would also work on getting a couple games up here, which I contacted Darlene Garmin and the company that she uses. We don't have to do anything, they service them and everything, and it's just a 50-50 split.
I think one thing, the reason why, just for discussion, that we put it down there is because that's where most people flood to, as opposed to coming out the way down here.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to see what sales is.
The
If you guys
only,
want to try something new, that's fine.
The
I
only-
just promise you I'm not hauling anything up and down the stairs.
which is fine. The only thing I think about that is that it's not, we don't have a merch table up here during normal games.
No.
It's
Hey.
up during the Winter Classics, so you have people here all day, all weekend.
And
They're
we're
walking
congested so bad. We
Their
need to get it
concessions
down
line
here.
is running
It's-
into it, that it's
You guys
just
can try
opening it up
whatever you want.
more.
We just wanted to get approval, and
Yes.
since it is a temporary wall, it can temporarily be moved
Which
and
we
placed back.
could put it in front of this, because I know you're concerned about people going downstairs, that kind of thing.
You
that we
can't,
could
there's no access, you can't have anything.
at all,
No.
You
even.
can't at all.
You can-
Even that trash can when it gets moved out, we get freaking yelled at every single
Okay.
time.
So, yeah, you can't block that.
Okay.
That stairwell has more crap in it. I don't know if you've been in
Yes,
there.
yes, I have been. So that's something
Upstairs, sound
to,
system.
yes, we want to organize
All of that.
all of that, get it. We just don't want to start doing it before we get
So
approval.
assuming you have a new place to put the big Winter Classic deal, you have a new idea for that would move, right? I assume.
The big Winter Classic,
Table
what?
again. One of the Winter Classics here that they decor up and shit at the end.
The big decor that we may be moving on from, or
Because half of the stuff is
it's
broken.
broken. We need to we have to go through stuff. I've been down there. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's all tossed
Yeah,
out
I'm
and
just saying, I
organized.
assume you guys have a new plan.
So we have a new
Well,
plan to.
Yes, so that would be something that like Candace and Hallie would be involved.
Yeah.
We wouldn't throw any of that stuff. Whatever.
But yeah, we want to get better inventory because moving forward for tournaments, we don't want as much merch and all the little things, and that needs to be discussed in the fellow, own meeting brought forward. But merch is definitely going to dwindle down a little bit, so there won't be a lot of
Like knick-knack things.
yeah.
Yes, well, and even it was brought
And
up
even
too,
like the
if you
sweaters and
do,
stuff. Yeah.
Like when you register, or like you can pre-order, so that we're not having as much. We'd still have some stock, but there's a lot of tournaments anymore that you pre-order your sweatshirts. So try to go to that.
Say majority tournaments.
Yeah, you do it ahead of time.
Yes, and we could still have some stuff to get those people who didn't do the pre-order, but you would cut way back on the amount of stock that you actually had.
As far as your storage idea and your storefront idea, there's been conversations with the Rough Rider for the last 6 months now, maybe longer than that, maybe 8 months, 9 months, about building us a store front with a roll-up door, the whole 9 yards that we had down right by where we set it up normally. It wouldn't be the same size, it'd be a little smaller, but it would be a store.
We need that for seating and stuff. That's too much.
It would take out the same amount that we use for every time. When we have our merge table set up all the way at the end, it'd be the same seating loss. Just that one set of 12 chairs.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying to go again.
Just trying to get away from that because of the congestion and everything. Again, this would be nothing permanent. See how it goes. If we don't like it, we can change it back. But
I mean, store would be great because you can open it up
At games, yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then maybe the high school.
Get stuff out of that vending machine into the store like tape.
So there's been if we wanted, maybe you have conversations with them about building out a storefront down here.
Yes.
I'm fine, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
So just so you know, there's been conversations about doing something permanent where we store all our stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's a storefront.
Yes.
If you came right up where the bathrooms are going to be.
Yeah,
correct,
You had the window be there so they can still
Yes,
watch the game.
correct.
Yep, so that's what they were going to.
That's exactly kind of
That's what they proposed on that side. Is the window would still be there, so you'd still be able to look out and see the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, that tech.
I also just hate the traffic all the way down here because most people tend to stay on literally that half.
But that's
And
because
That's the problem. So
Not
confusing.
just when there's merch, I'm saying just in general. And
But
then you
if
have-
you have some activities, you have merch, and you're
Yeah,
going to move
more than
that.
happy to try anything. I was making a very clear statement about what I will not be doing.
Yeah. Which is fine.
We respect.
If you guys want to try and move around, do whatever, go for it.
So glad those
If you
carts
guys
have
want
wheels.
you guys want to negotiate bringing games in, work with the Rough Rider Center to have their areas and that, or if you want to do it only up here, if you want to do it downstairs in that huge hallway, if you want to do it wherever.
Which, I mean-
talk with Sarah, work with them, and bring them in.
Well,
It's
and
great.
that's
I would avoid an air hockey table.
Yeah, don't
No,
no air
yeah, no.
tables.
But I think if we could get a couple games up here, and then having some in multiple locations, I don't think would be a bad idea. So yeah, I would reach out to Sarah and see if they'd be okay with us putting a few down there as well. I don't think that's bad at all.
You want a number?
I think
We have it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Better.
So yeah, I didn't want to start doing all of that.
Yeah, we want to ask for permission and not step on toes. So before we start moving stuff.
I don't know that we voted that in. All we did was vote for the wall.
We voted for the wall. We never voted where it's going.
Purchase of the wall.
That was it. So
So yeah.
Yeah, feel free.
I respect the,
That's fine. Feel free to move it around.
Move it and use it as we can, because we could even use it as backdrops for to block stuff off. Minus. Yeah, block it
Yeah,
off.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't think
The
we
Rough
need a
Rider
motion.
hates that
I think
wall,
a
by the way.
motion to make that up.
Just have to do it, and if we don't like it, move it out.
Goes away when we get.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
No, you wanna go for it, do it.
All to repurpose that as storage, so we didn't have to continue to freaking bring the
Yeah.
question down.
Yeah,
It's
and-
more than just the merch cages, right? It's
Yes.
what she puts on the merch tables and the friggin'
Which that's all stuff that we could leave up all the time then. That, yeah, yep. So that's the
you
plan.
wanna give her help, give her help.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, do we make a motion?
No, we don't have to.
Oh,
We
okay,
can- we
sorry,
don't
I missed
have
that.
to.
Just
Distracted.
Are you sure Jamie's going to come back and say,
He-
I don't know.
We
Only
have it.
motion was for the
Just
wall.
make it happen.
Okay.
Got
It was
it.
never
We'll
a
do it.
motion formally to be a permanent, like, has to be
Gotcha.
to change it out.
Okay.
I was just speaking my
We'll
piece.
get
The
to
games,
Yeah.
I don't think the games is an issue for emotions. There's no cost to the club.
There's no
It's
cost to the club.
No.
Just put the
It's
names
all-
in.
You
Get
get
them approved by
permission
the Rough
from the
Rider.
Rough Rider.
And I only need permission for the ones in the hallway, not right here.
No,
Right?
anything.
You're gonna need
Or all of
permission
it.
for in here and in there because this
Okay.
is their building.
Okay, so all of it. Okay.
Noted.
They're
So maybe
Most
come
likely
back,
good.
we'll motion the games, we need to figure out with the Rough Rider.
Well, and I can figure out with the Rough Rider, and then I can even
Get us a.
yes.
writing
As
thing.
if they say yes, then I can reach out.
Yeah.
get information on the games, get different games, then we can
You're
decide
gonna
on
need
them.
more things than
The table of
just
games,
put games
send
here.
us further
It's gonna have to have an internet signal and all that too, so that's how.
The games?
The game?
Yeah, because you have to pay money, you know? You're not paying cash every time, you're gonna have to have a machine.
For like
you
a
get
card.
cards normally, or.
I'm assuming that's a part of the company though, that you already,
The
like,
the
yeah.
Rough Rider, like, they've talked about, they've had conversations about this before, so talk to Josh actually probably be the better
We
one.
have our own internet we pay for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Talk to them, make it
Okay.
happen.
Okay, I will do that.
We'll table the games until you get.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Is there anything else? Okay.
Nope. On to the next page.
Equipment and jerseys, Brett?
Nothing new there.
Perfect. Concessions, Brett?
Food truck. It's like under my understanding, none of you have seen this food truck, correct? We have not laid eyes, we have not seen it in 2 seasons. You guys didn't even know where it was at until I found it, correct?
One season.
Okay,
We just bought it last.
So, we bought tacos from it.
last summer? Okay.
This is crazy though. You guys
Let's not go down this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is,
Prior to me.
yeah, I say, I'm not even gonna point
Prior-
fingers
prior to the
because,
Spencer, and we all voted no on up.
yeah, because what,
I just,
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
short time.
I'm just gonna try and fly through this. I'm so sorry because I have to use a bathroom and I wanted to watch softball. So, it's sitting at Kathy and Richard Johnson, which is Lisa's parents. They this week was it or was it last week? Okayed. It's fine sitting there as long as we want.
Oh, Rough Rider allow us to.
No.
No, we haven't talked to Rough Rider.
Rough Rider's waiting on the park board to approve us to leave it next to the vans, but it has to be movable by them
Oh,
before
correct.
they need to do snow removal. And I'm
that would
like,
be awesome.
It's
cool,
We
freaking
could advertise
Yeah.
it.
It's a trailer.
keep going, Brittany.
Well, I guess it went into Keith. You want to do a hitch line.
Yeah, I would do a keep.
As it stands with our like funding and stuff, and I don't know what improvements need to be made if it's turnkey, if the stuff's in there.
We did see pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It looks very nice. Should be turnkey, but I haven't physically been in it.
Correct. Yeah.
They were using it shortly before we bought it,
Correct.
so I was
It just went up for sale, and it does need at minimum the logo off of it. That's
Correct. The DAC taco's on there, which brings me to the wrap. Cascade Victor, is that his name, right?
Victor Cascade.
Is willing to cut a deal. 15,000 is still pretty high to me for a wrap and like minimum. If we go to our guy in Bismarck, we're upping the price a little bit. We are already in this 40,000. 35.
Sorry,
You're good.
have to be fully wrapper. We just get their logo off.
We can pull their logo.
And
Yeah.
then- well, and then our logo on it doesn't have to be a full friggin' black.
No, we could
How
just.
big is the logo?
We get like a 4x4.
Their
We could-
logo's fully wrapped.
Like a fat head.
A fat head, yeah.
Their logo? No, it's
Is
just
it-
it's just
can it be
literally
like
a
a
taco
magnet?
on the
I thought
side.
they had the whole thing down the side.
As far as what I've driven by, and I have not
No,
been
it-
on
it
Johnson's
prob- It's probably
property.
just their logo. We
Yeah.
keep their logo
So
on.
if we take off their logo, but like a full wrap is gonna be another 10 grand unless I can get it all donated, which I can work on.
Well, in theory, that's what part of that special there's opportunities was.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
for then you put their logo on it, right? That's the ideal intent was
Right.
their logo plus our, we get our logo on it, food truck, whatever, and then sponsored by so
Yeah.
and so. I don't think we need to do a friggin' MOU map on the thing. If it's not wrapped
right
now.
now, I would, until we can get our finances figured out, I would just get that wrap off, so the name isn't on it. I would find something cheap that has boilers, get that on there, a couple spots maybe, and find a sponsor, and put some sponsor stuff on there, start making money on it. Because this thing
Do a
seems like a
giant
joke.
magnet or something.
Well, and yeah, if it's just
Nobody. We weren't.
I don't know,
Is that the science
it's
they use
crazy.
it?
so I've contacted for Rib Fest and Home Fest. She has not got back to me. That's Mary. I can reach out to her again. Here's what I'm just gonna state. I am not gonna haul this around. Sorry, I'm just gonna make this about me because last time I had this trailer, I was here at 2 a.m. unloading it, and I had 1 or 2 people helping me. The response, and this was 4 or 5 years ago, was not great. And it was very minimum. We did burgers in the park, Rib Fest, Home Fest. I'm sure we did make money, and I know Kathy's very gung-ho about this. We could hit the rodeo circuit of the little kid rodeos. We did that. You take me in the food truck.
With a little more plan, we could have been at the John Joe tournament.
Correct. I know there was mention.
I'm not, you guys laugh, but I'm telling you.
I'm not knocking it.
We would make.
I venture to guess that if you're going to get Sturgis, you need to sign up for 20-30 right now to get a vendor.
It's probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go down for the library round.
Okay, moving on.
But I do agree. I think you could get their logo off. I'm assuming it's just the logo.
I think so, as far as I've seen from
Trailer's
afar.
black, from what I recall.
Yeah, bumper pull.
And then we could just get Victor to put on our friggin' logo. Moving on.
Yeah.
Just
So
like
we do that as an actual library.
We don't.
Maybe. Who do I contact on that one? Actually, Gretchen. I feel like that makes Secret Service. Make some cheeseburgers.
and then I lost. I'll just put it that way. We lost that one.
The vote? Yeah, sad loss.
So, here's my thought. Just, we can't staff this. But it is like pulling teeth, and I haven't even started. Like trying to find volunteers, as we know, for anything Zamming right now. Do we want to put the time and focus into this? Do we want to put more money, wrapping it, finding volunteers, hauling it around all summer, and relying on, or
So particularly the hauling argument could be probably going to, it's not like the old track. It's
correct,
new.
correct.
Very new in comparison. So I don't know, like that would be my key point. I the volunteer would be my
Number one.
thing. And then it's like, well, are we just doing burgers or like what is email the menu?
Well, and then it's and then Kathy has to order, and someone has to be here, and we have to.
You got to stop it the day of, and then you got to bring it back and unload everything so it
At
doesn't
2
go
a.m.
bad.
because you cannot park on Main Street.
Yeah.
And again, I'm all like, I know we can make so much off of Ribfest just alone. I don't know. The sponsors I've talked to are like willing. Do we want to use our sponsorships this way, or can we, if I have blacks or blood?
So if you can get somebody who sponsors
Like-
anything, in theory, it's
Or could we sell it for what we paid for it?
right. Well, yeah. But if we're making income while doing 10K, if they do 10K a year for that, they're going to do it. That's paid out, and then
If you take a 4-year payoff on that, that was the worst investment in history of investment.
We know.
Again, this was before, yeah, this was before their time,
Just
so
telling you this is where we're at now.
just.
Yes. Sorry, I said that too quick.
So
Oh, that's something we should really think about. Yes.
Again,
Depreciate tax, that's it's almost paid for itself.
and it can just sit, like, they said it can sit.
You need rent it. Just rent it.
Renting or leasing, I think if you should get people, if we don't want to staff it. Now my question is, what's the minimum to staff it? 3 people, 4 people?
So our biggest thing is, what, at least one grilling and 1 or 2.
Kathy said 5. Because it's bigger and you can do more in it, she said 5. That's what she said.
And that's if
You
you
could
have.
probably get away with 3.
Yes.
So like when we were just doing burgers, there was 3 or 2
yeah.
of us.
ever been to a state fair?
Is it fun to do
Yes.
in 100-degree heat and flipping burgers? Just you and okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Non-flashbacks here.
On the table. We can sit and debate this for hours, but we need options. So if we rent it, what does that look like? We sell it, what does that look like? And if we go forward and staff it,
Well, I also think
What
we
is-
need
what is
to
an annual
forecast the profitability based on all the events we could do on the history of what our
Yeah.
previous
Okay.
trailer did on those 2 events to know the different avenues
Okay.
of success. The last one being obviously turnaround.
Okay, I'll run those numbers kind of because it costs to be at Ribfest.
Because I mean, you can tell me, I
we need 2 people to do this kind of event on average, and here's what we would make. You know, just something general.
Yeah.
Because I
Maybe
think
make 2 people.
if you do have, maybe these aren't dip hours, or maybe these are paid hours.
Right, and that's our next thing. This cuts into our dib issue tremendously because I had the same 10 people grilling my burgers and they were done. And that was a coach and a team mom that is literally always there for me. Like
I think
it
we just need to invest without keep diving.
Okay.
I think we
This
just need to
table.
invest a little bit more time.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
so no, just
different
moving
areas.
forward, I haven't heard Rimfest or Homefest at all.
I don't think it's much money. I don't.
Right.
manage.
I just haven't heard back. I asked on behalf of the hockey club and she hasn't got back to me. I can call her again. But again, what Homefest is coming up.
I will say that oil field tournament, if you do something.
I don't think we can be on golf course property here, right? I think we were wondering about the scramble too.
We could do a whole.
You could do a whole sponsor
Oh,
and give
yeah.
away food.
You're
Because that's
right.
what Panther does.
Yep,
with all the
you're
golf.
right.
You can't cook and make money though.
Okay. Option. I honestly would not
You
mind.
can do every golf tournament that way. You have to apply to be out there for
Is that the
the tournament hosting is. Like,
Okay.
there's-
But yeah, we could do like whole 5 burgers or whatever that one.
Most
Okay.
of those are free though, because
Oh.
you're donating.
I'm just saying that because they might get donation. Hey, we're having burgers.
Well, and then maybe that gets the word out for like more sponsors too.
Let me tell you, I sit at 6 golf tournaments a year and cook food, and I don't want to do another one. And I have 5 more to go this year.
Anyways,
It's a long ass
I
day.
think there's a lot of
Yep.
options to
It
this.
is not.
Okay.
It was fun the first year.
10 people versus volunteers,
Okay.
renting it, leasing it through like, hey, it's still a hockey club, but
You could use it in that.
you do it and you'll get a profit share. Whatever a leasee would do, like we try to lease out our concessions. It's still
Yeah.
hockey clubs, like we're gonna take 15%, you get the rest. So I think there's a lot of options that
Okay.
we need to invest the time to
Okay.
look at all the
See if it makes sense to keep in our club. Yeah.
Is there any way we can help you talk to people about?
Should we send out a mass email that says, we have this trailer that was approved and nothing ever used? What are some ideas that?
I mean, we've had like I don't know. I've been in contact with the sponsors, and I don't know if we just need to.
Let's just give it
Table,
a little
yeah.
time. The thing is, we pay for it. It's
Yeah,
actually
true.
like, unfortunately, it's not like burning on fire right now.
I guess the biggest thing would be
Right. Do you? Sorry.
That's another thing is, do we have insurance on the trailer?
That is true.
Because we probably auto
Oh, yeah.
acquire insurance on the trailer. Because if something does happen,
Well-
it gets hailed out in these storms, then we're just out of
Worst
insurance.
case, it flies off your truck and kills somebody.
Okay, well, call Candace.
I know my truck policy. We
Got it.
Probably not
I
everyone
think the
else's.
title is in there, right?
In it?
Something
No, in the concessions, if I'm not mistaken.
someone said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's ask Candace.
That's all I got, I think, other than I haven't gotten us into anything. So, but I will check into golf tournaments if that's something we want to look into.
Chris's point though, it's like you're giving it for free and looking for donations.
True that.
Yeah.
You have a big sign.
We'll work for
Donates for my cheeseburger.
Okay. You good? You're good on that? You got it to do facilities.
Oh, thanks.
So a little bit of boardroom technology. I'm working on trying to get the computer set up. I'm not a computer whiz, so it's taking me probably longer than most people, but it's getting there. We're getting it's now updated. I've tested a camera and mic, and I think it's probably the same problem as we have here because it echoes in the building. So, but that's a possibility of using that. I'm going to do some more testing on that before we make a large investment on it. So, and then
Technology.
on the technology portion of this side. So, the Rough Rider is getting back on facility updates for us. There's quotes coming in for the benches and the things like that. They've got to go to the city. We did get the quote back for Chris to put another one of those screens over here. $110,000 for the screen, plus then we'd have to move electricity and all the wires, and it'd be probably another estimated $20,000 to $25,000.
Scoreboard, or
Like something like
Just like
this.
that one, it would be significantly better than that one.
yeah, is
Yeah.
that one at Man?
This one.
Man has one at the one.
Oh, they did the camera.
Yeah.
On the corner.
So they are looking into that, but
What costs money?
yeah, I mean everything costs money. So they're looking into that. They're not opposed to the idea
If you
of.
got $330,000 for a bathroom.
Well, it's something they would have to get the county to pony some money up, right? They don't have the $110,000 to do it. So, but they're looking in. Their quotes are coming back. So hopefully, shortly, we'll know if they're going to update if they are going to update their building. So, not us updating.
So on the technology,
Yes.
this is a dead horse we've been beating. Or do we have a quote for something? I know that you have stuff. Do we have a quote for?
If you would like me to contact the company to come in and put a professional system in here, I can
It
contact.
doesn't have to be very much, like the TV could just have a little camera on it, that's all you need here. And then a microphone, and with a pad you could have it.
Yeah, if you hire a company, I bet you their minimum quote's $10,000. I would venture to guess. It might be lower than that.
We don't need a professional company, don't think we can buy it.
There's a Logitech hub that's like $400. I almost bought myself last time.
Yeah. So-
I'm saying there's options, and I'm waiting to see what that is. I would testing your stuff is great, and maybe that's what we work with for now. But like let's get past this very much. Let's get
Right.
something in front of us that's not just a discussion.
I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a camera and a speaker and a microphone.
But it's not just for board meetings. There's other potential uses for it. So I see the value in it in updating our space, just like everything else in life. It's
Right.
updated and moving on technology. So, and if we get Chris out of here having to deal with this every freaking month or every 2 weeks, it'd be great.
Well, once we have the computer all set up to go, we don't need Chris to come in because we'll run it all right off the computer. All you have to do is hit freaking log into the YouTube account, hit start live meeting, and we're running.
We're gonna, what's your microphone, what's your video?
That's what I'll have to find a microphone and video that we want to use. So the video.
We don't even need that. What we need is a laptop and a system. We plug into the system, just like I would go to any office and work, and I plug in and school. Everything's
Well, you don't need to buy another screen or anything. We already have a computer that's hooked up to everything. It'll have all of our board stuff on it and all that. All you gotta have to do is connect the damn camera and speaker, and we're running. We just got to get a camera and speaker and
It works out Bluetooth. There's a little screen.
Yeah.
It's a join meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can.
Anyways, I mean, if I have to, I'll ask Keith quote, see what we just did our before we just did. Like,
We don't need.
no, that is not obviously what he did, but it's gonna be.
What I envision is get TVs, get a camera, get a microphone.
As soon as they get back to me and say, "Hey, we're gonna hang up 2 things up there," we can get TVs and that, and we're done. We're just waiting on them. Anything that they do is months. By the time we bring it to them, they have to take it, and they have to wait till the park board meeting, and they got to wait for the county meeting or the city meeting, and they got to wait for the county meeting, and then they got to come back. It's months.
Can we buy the damn TVs that are gonna go up there on mounts?
Yeah, I think you're
That's
not
it.
on the hanging part.
I'm not either.
I don't care if we hang them or we set them on a table here. If you guys want to go buy TVs, we can go buy
Big
TVs.
freaking TVs.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
this thing here, put on rollers for now, the camera and the microphone will live there, so we can hang
Yes,
it.
that's it. We're getting hung up in minor detail, but we still need to, before we go any further, like, I don't think we need to see 50,000 different options. Like, come up with like 3 great ones that are different price points, maybe. Cheap one, middle of the road one, and like, hey, it would be like,
Isn't that what I sent last month?
you sent a few, but nobody's represented it again. I don't even remember what the hell it is. Nobody voted on it.
There were
Because we
anywhere
want
from
to use this
$400
stuff.
up to a couple $1,000. I
To try
don't really
this.
want to spend a couple $1,000 of the club's money on a camera and a microphone.
Well, you're thinking that this for just, this is not just, this can be you, this whole setup for $2,000 TVs, the kids can have a movie, like, sessions, stuff like that, training sessions.
Easier to see, use it how to.
Well, let's buy bigger TVs. You guys want to buy bigger TVs? We'll go buy 2 85-inch TVs right now.
Which
So-
says some things on paper.
Like,
And yes, you did send some options. I recognize it.
you know, I'll bring a full. I'll present a full next meeting or before next meeting. We can vote on it and have it set up for next meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
Works. Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else there, Kevin?
Nope. Nothing to vote on.
Just more informational, like it. Okay. Specialty positions. Nobody's really in here, so we don't have anything there other than Aaron. Aaron Held resigned, so we might want to post anybody interested in being ref coordinator. You know, I Chris talked to him. Don't know if anybody else did. He is willing to help and
Yeah.
train, if you will,
Mentor.
for a little bit. You know, maybe put a slight description. It doesn't need, like, we were so fond of needing him to be a ref. Aaron was not a hockey ref, he was a basketball ref, but he took some ref training, but he was never a on-ice ref, so like, it doesn't have to be just organizational.
Well, and that's what he suggests. He's like, it doesn't even have to be just someone really organized, because if he can mentor them and just hand it
Everything's
off,
already
this
set
is our
up.
plan, hand
Everything's
it
already
off.
set up in a signer. with
So,
the rest of the
yeah.
have, so I mean.
Yeah, if he has
it'll be a
suggestions.
fairly simple transition
Yep.
with whomever, and it's $2,000 is what we pay for the position. And again, we can vote out that when we usually do our annual, but for now, it's
So
$2,000.
I'm going on Facebook.
I think we should post on Facebook, club body email, and that should suffice to see what we get.
Yeah.
The
Send it out.
One thing I did talk to him about, and he thought that it might not be a bad idea, if we got some younger people, and we get 2 people, possibly split up the responsibilities, might make it more palatable.
I would be okay with that being a split duty position.
I think that would alleviate or help alleviate some issues also.
While you're doing that, this is Lori's last year, so we might want to find somebody that would flow. Well, she's not a club member after
Yes.
Right.
so unless the younger one comes back down. So it makes sense that she
Yeah.
will be transitioning, so we may want to advertise for somebody to like
Maybe
commit to
just make
her.
the golf courses all those.
Well, and I
Yeah,
feel same
I would
with
do those together.
yeah.
And was it 6 for?
I say even with like Nikki too and Jennifer, I feel like they're all kind of wanting to. They've mentioned they want
Job
to
description for any of these? Can we make one of
make a job description.
No, there isn't.
But it's the biggest things in the organization.
I guess along with you got Leah back, right?
Actually, what
Yeah.
you could do, if you just wanted to see them, is go to
Got it.
the club's
Answer my question.
pages, and they probably have that on there, so I know I've seen them.
Yeah.
And basically just copy that. stick it
Yeah, I
on.
have to do a little, might not do everyone.
Yes,
So,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
should have done it.
You could just have quick and easy.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't hurt to not just throw it out there tomorrow.
Yes.
Do a
No.
little
Yep.
investigation. But yes, put them like, hey, our scheduler is gonna be down in the next 2 years. Anybody interested in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the registrar's done it this season.
You want to start mentoring,
Start
feel comfortable.
Correct.
Not just
Transition.
throwing it out.
Okay. I like it, Sam. Just gonna take care of that. Put them together. We should not have anything else in my nose on specialty positions. The last thing for board open floor is the Ice Miss final invoice from the state tournament.
Another dead horse we're beating up again.
Huh?
Another dead horse we're
Well,
beating.
because it's late. Instead of just getting.
No, the decision was already made. The decision was made already.
They're
So,
they just
They're just
resent it.
opening it up again. The decision was already made.
We denied it.
We denied it.
They,
It was voted.
they just asking for it to be.
Yeah.
So it's voted out before null.
Yes.
Like we're done.
Yes.
We paid every single invoice of his except that one.
And that's state tournament, which we've already concluded does not
It's not our
count
tournament.
in the tournament because it's the state
Our
tournament. It's not Watford's
We
tournament.
don't host one regularly.
Correct, and that's what we're, not we, but that's what the hang up
What
is.
the previous board voted
Yeah.
on was, we never clarified, we felt we were very clear about the Winter Classics. We didn't, I can't speak for
said in there, and people were saying what they were voting. Therefore, I think we should vote on it and just be done with it, wherever it falls.
Yeah, we're just, this is what it's been voted, we're just explaining, it's been voted, you know, in the past. I think I've said my piece on it, if anybody's read my emails, it's not there and $10 for sharpening slates, and I mean, that's never been an issue, right?
Yeah. The only thing for the state tournament was if you're going to sharpen skates, it was $10. You get half of that to be a skate sharpener for the day. And the majority of guys who sharpen skates.
I was never approved by anybody. I've never been in this boardroom where a skate sharpener.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody actually put in their stuff to get paid to sharpen skates on all the guys who did it that weekend.
I will just say, I was here, there was rarely anybody helping, sometimes we had to pull somebody from the box or the concessions. He was the only person doing ice. People left, Dave Hansen left, Pat Fitzgerald left on Friday, before that tournament was even close to even getting in the middle, to go to a Sioux game, they could help Zach. They were all Zammers. I was a Zammer, and he was the only person Zammer. He stayed till midnight sometimes.
But the last time we hosted the state tournament, nobody stayed till midnight edging the ice and conditioning it every single time.
Fine.
No other rink does that either.
I'm just telling you what I saw and
To
what
put this in
was
perspective, Scott was the tournament director and he got paid $0. We gave him 5 free hours of ice to do. Being
I'm not
open
blaming
to
Scott.
flow. It's not about comparing the difference, right? Scott was the tournament director, was here from open to close every day, just like I've done with the Winter Classics. He got paid $0 and nobody's advocating, well, Scott did all this work, so why didn't we pay him $2?
We had 3 other Zam drivers here, and
I was here every game. I was here
because Brian only Zam half the Zams.
Well, he's claiming like 2
Balls.
Yeah.
I will.
I also had 2 other guys who said, "Hey, I will
I
come."
will call that anybody else Zam the ice while I was here. I was here for every game.
Well, other people that would Zams, they only had, there were 67 Zams, and he said they did like 44. But what I heard on that weekend from Kevin was he wasn't allowing others to Zam because he wanted to get the $20.
Because even Matt Peterson was here, and he's like all Zam the whole time, and we were like,
Yeah.
I said I have 3 guys who said, "Hey, no, we'll do Zam," because Andy Maxwell was here and was told, "We don't need help" by Brian, right? Andy didn't ask to be paid for it, and then Josh George was here and Zam part of them. And didn't want to get paid because it wasn't our tournament. And then Matt Peterson volunteered to Zam, and I said, "No, I have 3 guys. That should be more than enough to cover." So Matt Peterson would have done it too. Like, why would I pay somebody when we have 3 people volunteering to do it for free? And we don't ever pay anybody for
I'm
our state
just telling you
tournaments.
what I see personally. I don't know what went on behind
No,
the scenes.
and I know.
People were not helping at all.
You know,
I will tell you that for a fact.
But just because
Welcome to 19U Junior Gold. It's been like the whole season. They didn't help with any of their stuff.
Any tournament.
Any tournament, any game, they never swept anything.
Roll call vote, go around.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, just because somebody like stepped up doesn't, I mean, lots of people stepped up in various different places.
I'm just saying.
I'd love to get paid. But, you know, we're at where we're at. Okay, point is, we did vote on this, previous board did, we denied it, we paid him all the other invoices, which, trust me, there was plenty of discrepancies in the other ones that we wanted to battle, but it wasn't worth it. I know Cody's stance is, I just want to be done with this, and it's, grand scheme, it's not that much money, but we keep letting the shit happen. It's my stance. So, we'll put it to a vote. We'll do roll call on this, I guess, and we'll see where it falls. So, Chris has I'm assuming a motion to approve. So, okay. Chris motions to approve. Do we have a second on it at all? Before we roll call, we have a second. Or we just straight roll call?
If you don't have a second, you don't.
Yeah. Not clear on that. I tried to avoid this. So we'll just do a roll call vote on yay or nay on paying this $950.
I don't know how you get $950 and it's $20 for Zam.
Because the $10 for ice skates, $5 is surface skates twice for $5.
Right, but more
Anyways, whatever. Okay.
technicalities
We
of
charge $5.
which,
Yeah.
again,
Okay,
Yeah.
final thing, Chris is a yes to pay it, I'm a no. Are you ready? You got it, okay. Spencer?
I'd be a yes to pay minus the insurance.
If that's an option, I would do that too.
Okay, so,
I don't know. I'm saying we need to pay the invoice.
That has a couple skate sharpenings on
I'd be willing to pay the $10 because I told you it's $5 split on the skate sharpening. I'd be willing to pay the $10 for the 2 skate sharpenings.
No, wait,
it. Yeah.
Like,
I think it
yes
just
or
has to
no?
be the whole invoice.
It's yes
for
or
skate
no.
sharpening.
If there was like $200 of skate sharpenings, we could have like, we would motion under that and then we'll do this. Okay, so if a yes, just pay the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I guess I'd pay the whole thing.
Okay, yes,
Yes.
no from Jamie, yes from Spencer,
no.
no from Kevin.
I'm sorry. Go yes.
I'm yes.
Okay,
Okay, so
motion carries
Prob-
to pay it.
we probably ought to look at another about $2,000 in Zam drivers are going to come out and want paid too. So
Well, okay.
just so you know, that just open
Notes
that up.
happen, we get everybody.
Well, and if that happens, then we cross
Okay.
that bridge.
Right, correct.
I have one more really quick thing.
Yeah.
Because it just landed on my plate today. Northwoods contacted me about the old compressor that they purchased.
Oh, Northwood, yeah. but that's- Technically, legally it's ours.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
The contract was August of 2021, so we did not hit the 5-year mark. So they have until August to get it
This
out.
year, so.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, Pat did come in this year coming up, so. yeah.
Yes. So I just pulled the contract when we got here. I guess my biggest question would be, can we confirm that they paid all?
They, I don't know if they paid all, but they definitely would pay.
Who's this?
I just,
Northwood Hockey.
they bought
They bought the little compressor.
I just, if we can confirm that all of those payments have came through before they start taking it out,
Okay.
that would be my only
And
thing.
then if it.
Do they have plans, because I talked to the junior gold coach numerous times on this, they kept wanting to view it.
He called me today. One of the guys called me. He's in contact with Chris Kubal to try and get in to look at all of the logistics of hauling it out. So that's why I just want to make sure that they're fully paid.
They're fully
before-
paid, I would do that personally. That's the person I'm here to, so.
Yeah, so as long as they're fully paid, then everything can go as is.
I know they've been paying, I just don't know the full contract on the website.
It's right there, yes.
Well, I'm saying,
Yes.
about 10 minutes, that would be quick, then you should get
Yeah. And it was supposed to be like the January of every year, so do you want to take a picture of that so I can leave it with the actual contract?
Do you have a digital copy of it?
I just pulled it out of the filing cabinet when I got here.
Oh.
Yeah. Fresh out the cabinet.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no motion, and it's just.
No, it was just.
Okay.
Brought to the attention.
Okay, I believe there's nothing else, so we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Spencer, motion, we have a second.
Second.
Red seconds, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion, all those opposed, same sign, motion carries. Our next meeting day will be July 7th, looks like.
Gone.
You might.
Adjournment at 8:55.